Hit that music. Play that funky music, white boy.
Two more boys in the club wildin' out. Benny Kevin, bitch, they the Clout route. Blazing trees, feeling free.
Hello.
Smooth scout.
Chat is loaded today.
Benny Kevin head
I
shine.
can imagine.
Kevin the producer, yeah, he run the show. Petty Fresh,
Just me.
oh, they know. All them proud bitch stepping on their foes. Two more boys in the club wildin' out. Benny Kevin, bitch, they the Clout route. Blazing trees,
These
no doubt.
these AI songs are getting crazy these days. What the hell is this?
Put me out of business.
Yeah, this shit's wild,
Oh
dude.
shit.
Cosmic
Yeah.
Jive is
Poor kid.
coping in the corner.
Shouts out to Parking Tigers for the lovely music here at the intro. We appreciate you. You know, nothing better than a little what's the category here? Atlanta trap rap ear candy at the top of the show here.
Right up my alley.
Atlanta trap rap ear candy. Interesting. So everybody, it is Shoutout 58. Welcome tonight to the Clout Route Shoutout. It is me and Kevin, and we have our special friend, Unstoppable Jojo, here with us tonight, everybody. So put your hands together for a little Jojo action. She came up with this lovely idea to do the tier list tonight, so we're very excited. How are you, Jojo?
I am good.
Good to go, huh? So I thought a good little icebreaker intro for us, okay? Now, we're all old heads, and sorry to out you, Jojo, but I think we all little old heads here, me, you, and Kev. So this will be a good question, I feel like, to break the ice here. Let me pull it up for you, okay? It is, what's the best TV theme song of all time? This crossed my desk on Twitter, and I thought, wow, okay, I feel like that's a good one. Jojo, do you have any old school theme songs that used to get, the jingle stuck? Anything you used to watch where you like the intro to the TV show back in the day? Maybe it's current. Who knows? But I figured this was a good icebreaker. Best theme song, best intro. Immediately what came to mind for me was that fucking song from The Sopranos. Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. So, I mean, that was my instant one. I also thought about like the Dexter intro with that creepy music and he's like chewing on the meat or whatever, yada, yada. So, I mean, I don't know. Kev? You're a Mr. Rogers? It's hard to pick up that whistle.
That's Andy Griffith right there.
Andy Griffith. Why did I say Mr. Rogers?
I
don't know. Hey, there's something old, right?
Yeah, dude, I was raised in a little shack with just a black and white TV, always turned to Nick at Night. So I had that Andy Griffith down, locked in. But you talk about HBO shows, one of my favorite would probably be From The Wire. You got to keep the devil way down in the hole, Danny. Oh, sorry, Advent. I'm so sorry.
Chat's got.
You had a flashback, huh?
They got some good ones in here. MASH, Pete and Pete, Happy Days.
What is the one that's come and knock on our door? We'll be
Three's
waiting
Company.
for you. There you go. Yeah, Three's Company.
Yeah, Three's Company. I was thinking Sanford and Son. That came to my mind. That popped in my head.
Which one's that? Which one's Sanford and Son?
Oh, I
Let me-
can't. I can't do that.
I don't
one.
want to put. I was gonna say- I won't make
Damn
you
it.
sing it.
I was like, I would whistle it, but I can't find it. I don't remember.
Let me see the Sanford and Son theme song. I'm gonna pull it up.
It's Always Sunny goes hard as
Oh,
well for
of
some
course.
royalty-free music.
I won't play too much of it because you say royalty free music. Yeah, I'll probably get picked up on this fucking shit
Try not this, huh?
real quick. But yeah, as soon as I played it.
Yeah.
Oh God, Quincy
For
Jones.
HBO,
Yeah.
for HBO, I would say for me it's going to be a little different. Sex in the City.
Yeah, Sex in the
So-
City.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I was always watching Sopranos first because Sopranos came on first, and then Sex and the City came on after. So
I have no idea what that, but that's the kind of range that this program never provides. So we appreciate you for that, Jojo.
See, when I used to go to here, I'll play this Sanford and Son just to give everybody a little taste. But when I used to go to my father's on the weekend, they would watch Sex in the City and then Oz right after. That would be, and I'm like a
that was a
10-year
hard one to watch. I'm not gonna lie, that was a hard one to watch.
I'm like a 10-year-old, okay? My dad's showing me Sex
they
and
ain't got
the City
nothing
and then
on
Oz.
Yeah, they got nothing on Orange is the New Black. I'll say that they got nothing. So
Hey, well, I like that too. I like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Here, let me play a little bit of this. You guys will know instantly. I mean, yeah. That's all I even need to play, dude. It's iconic enough that you just get it from the couple
Right.
little jingles right at the front. And then they take all of our money.
No shit.
Especially if it's a Quincy Jones joint, dude. No way.
And joys of being monetized, I guess.
They'll find ways. They'll find ways to take streams. His music's not on, but yeah, give me some of that too. Actually,
Right, exactly. So anyways, like I was telling you guys, we've got Jojo here with us tonight, and she actually had the bright idea. We've been talking for a while about collaborating, having her on or whatever. Maybe we go on her show, yada yada. We've been talking for a while, and when she approached me about the commentary tier list, I was like, oh yeah, well, you nailed it. Perfect. For us to collab on here. So you pull up. We've got Jojo's YouTube if you're interested. Okay. At Unstoppable Jojo. I think it's the same at on Twitter, if I'm correct, right?
Basically all my socials.
All right. Well, there you go. Unstoppable Jojo right there. I guess just, for the audience, in case they don't know you, how would you describe your YouTube, your Twitter, your online presence to someone, Jojo?
Well, for starters, I had to rebrand after the crown, which is what I have to call it. Because that's basically what Corona is. So for those of you who don't realize, that's Spanish for crown. See, the thing is that I had a brand, and it'll be 15 years that I've been doing this, and it'll be 15 years in September that I started off as a public speaker. Then I did little, I guess you could say side ventures along with that. So I did public speaking pretty much all over the US, you name it. Retreats, seminars, National Federation for the Blind, recovery centers, drug and alcohol abuse, mental health centers, National Alliance for Mental Illness, different corporations, different quote unquote MLMs, believe it or not. So just wherever people needed me, as long as they sponsored, as long as they paid for certain things, I negotiated, I traveled. So while I was doing that, I ended up doing in-person support groups, and I did that for 4 years. And then uh, shit kind of hit the fan. Obviously, 2020, because of obviously the re-election. Sadly, and I hate to say that, but sadly, my town supports Flamin' Hot Cheeto. That's what I have to call him. We can't say the T word. We can't say it. Just so you know, you can't say the T word. You can't say either of their names because it'll trigger the algorithm and they don't like it. So that's what I like to call him. I mean, to me, that's nicer than Orange Crush because that's what Nancy Pelosi calls him. I mean, which is worse? Y'all decide. But
I'm more of a Fanta guy.
After that happened, I had to not only rebrand, but I had to stop the in-person support groups, and people were not having it. But for my safety, I had to. And the guy that I was, renting the room from was like, either you get a bodyguard or something, because I can't trust these people, and I'm not gonna make you, rent out a room for a certain amount, and then I gotta worry about your safety on top of that. So I had to quit. I had to stop that. So I appreciated him for that because I got some good people looking out for me, thank God. And I had to stop that. So I had to slowly integrate and put everything online. Shouts out to one of my besties who is from France. Olivia is
France.
Her screen name. She I think she's second on your guys's.
I saw her up
chat
here.
there.
Let me see if I
She
can.
doesn't like to speak at all. She just sends emojis only because she says her English isn't good, and she's like, I'm not gonna be fucking fighting with people online because my English isn't good. I ain't got time for your bullshit. I'm like, I don't.
It's better than their French. That's what my mom always says. Yeah, how's your French? Allez. Blah, blah.
So like she pushed me to like 500. She got me to 500, and then she got me to my first 1,000 back in 2019. So she was the one who originally pushed me to, yeah, you're gonna have to make up your presence online. As far as YouTube, I kind of had to take a break. So if you're gonna go backwards and back in time, as I like to say, a lot of my shit is heavy. Or lingo that I like to use on my channel is, the heavy hitters. Now, the if I say heavy hitter, that's your marker that I'm gonna be talking about some dark shit.
That's the kind of stuff I like to listen about, though.
So a lot of people
like,
prefer that rather than saying trigger. A lot of people prefer that other than saying trigger warning. People get annoyed with trigger warning, so I have to say heavy hitter.
Okay.
So I say that, and then people are like, "Oh shit," because I go in. Like I don't sugarcoat shit. So the beginning, I decided like the beginning of like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, it's gonna be a lot of like, a lot of the trauma that I went through, a lot of the shenanigans that I like to give my insight as far as like celebrities, as far as like the bullshit. For example, Diddy, that kind of
Diddy,
bullshit,
huh?
I guess you could say. That's just an example. Like I don't really talk about him, but that's kind of where I go with as far as like heavy hitters.
And I can see how that gets dark.
I figured I'd start with that. That way I don't have to worry about monetization. That way they can't talk shit. And YouTube can't say, well, you can't say that. Well, you can't say that to me because I'm not monetized. You're kind of a freeloader when you're not monetized.
It's true.
Like you can pretty much say anything you want. Like they can't really get to you. And then I got monetized. Short-lived. It was an experiment. It was short-lived because, and I say this on my channel, they fucking owe me money. Yeah.
Those fuckers at YouTube.
Exactly. So to me, it's like I'm not gonna fight them because if 1 million subscribers are complaining that they're not getting paid, they're not really gonna give two fucks about little old me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're.
I hate that that's the reality.
So That's why I'm not monetizing. That's why I have to tell people to go on my Stripe link or go on my Cash App. Just if they want me to like continue with everything that I'm doing. So I'm still doing the side hustle as far as mentoring, as far as helping people out, giving it. I just basically talk to people for a living because I'm not only giving advice, but people want certain things from me because of what I went through. I even have had celebrities come to me. I've had influencers on YouTube come to me. Okay, what do I do with A, B, and C? What do I like? I don't know how to. I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know what to do. As far as like, to give you an example, there was a vlogger on YouTube that I follow. She was freaking out because she had just moved into a house. This was like a year ago or two, and she was concerned because she's like, I felt the spirit, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I don't know what you're worried about. She's like, well, it went through me, and I'm like, they can't hurt you.
Right.
She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, you're paranoid. They cannot hurt you unless you let them. She's like, okay, now you're scaring me. And I'm like, what do you want me to say? So then she like literally had like we literally had to have like an in-depth conversation.
I mean,
like I can't go any further because it's YouTube. There's a lot of things you can't say.
Right. My impression I've always gotten from you is that you're a straight shooter. You'll give it. You don't like. I mean, you said it already. You don't sugarcoat.
I have no fucks to give. I really don't. I got nothing to lose. Me being terminal, I got nothing to lose.
Hey, well,
like I'm just, I'm just being honest.
That's why they got to go subscribe to Jojo over there and get some of that heavy hitting.
Subscribe, motherfuckers.
A lot of people can't handle it. That's the thing too. A lot of people don't like you've got these, stands, these fanatics. There's gonna be a lot of people that are what I consider spiritually blinded. Like I'd rather, for me, and I know that sounds messed up to a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all are sighted, which obviously is someone that can see compared to myself. And like they like most people choose to be spiritually blinded. Like y'all, the fact that y'all prefer to be blinded is hilarious to me because I get shamed for being deafblind, but I see things further than most people if you catch my drift.
Yeah, you see it for the real shit.
Exactly.
Right.
I may not be able to physically see you, but I can see through your bullshit. Like
that makes sense to me. I get that from you. Yeah, of course.
A lot of people don't like it though.
Well, I've seen that happen too.
It's a vulnerability because if I can read you and I can call you out on your shit, like I can do it through text, I can do it in person. It scares the shit out of people. So a lot of people don't like. They don't like being. It's like it's no different than a therapist. Like when you go to therapy, you're just looking in a mirror. That's really all it fucking is.
Right, putting yourself in those.
A lot of people get threatened. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I mean, people are going to be scared that we're about to start a commentary tier list after everything you just said.
World War C over here.
I know where I'm landing.
I don't know about scared, but they can't cry on Twitter and say, I better not hear anybody complain. I better not hear anybody say, I don't give a fuck. Clearly you do. Clearly you give a shit. I better not hear anybody fucking say that.
Complaining on Twitter?
Y'all give a shit. No. Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
No.
I don't do that. All right, well, I guess then without further ado, let's get into it, okay? We've got quite the list to get to. I'm going to pull up a template. I am going to fill out a list on the screen. You guys will see us go through everybody. Kevin has JoJo's list in the background at the end. We will show lists, tier lists, and compare so you can see where everybody landed. But we're going to talk about all these commentary folk individually and rank them on a little list for you here, okay?
To be fair, they're not all commentary.
And they're not all commentary, so I do have to say that.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, they're not commentary.
I kind of broadened the whole definition here a little bit. Part of it is that they have to be somebody that makes content. So in some shape or form, I'm saying they're, being on a show. Maybe their content only exists on Twitter, but they are a consistent, commentary figure just using that medium. There's all kinds of criteria that I've kind of bended and molded. Basically, if you really want to know the rules, who I said made the list.
You really want to know the rules? What Danny said?
Much.
All right. You ever seen?
I had to abide by. Okay, so just for warning y'all, before we get started, I have to say this whole list was Danny, because I had to go in and tell him, okay, not all these people are commentary. He's like, I don't give a shit. All right. Well.
I thought
I don't know who half of these people are.
I kind of figured. I'm like, Kevin's gonna kill me.
Next week we're doing the top 100 football players, and I'm gonna make Danny pick first every time.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, I got a bone to pick with you, Kevin. So I'm gonna have to send you a message. Speaking of sports, I'm gonna have to send you a message and ask you about something, because I got to do some research.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to ask you when this is over.
That's fair. The sports content community is what got my skin nice and thick in preparation for the commentary community. So I got it. I'm ready. It's not a day of the week if I'm not pissing off at least one sports fan.
No shit. Hey, you and me both. So.
Well, you guys will have to take a second, okay? Stop pissing off all the sports fans, because we're about to piss off all the commentary.
Well, we're taking a break for today,
okay? Exactly. Okay, so I will pull up.
Half of them are football.
I'll pull up my little list here, okay? And I think how we'll do it is, little, right?
Little.
So my list differs a little bit from Jojo's in terms of the categories. You'll see kind of how all that lines up here at the end when we show both lists. Okay. But what I'm going to do here, I guess, is just go through picture by picture. Now, I'll start, okay? I'll pick the person we're going at. I'll give my little spiel, and then I think I'll pass it to Jojo. Jojo can give her little spiel about the character in question. And then Kevin, considering that since he might be the guy that's like, yeah, who is this? I decided he'll be the anchor. He'll be at the end. He'll the caboose, I guess. Kevin's the caboose.
Hey, in a relay race, that's a good spot to be in, so I'll take it.
Exactly. So
I feel so
guess don't feel bad for Kev. You don't have to feel bad for Kev.
No, don't ever feel bad for me. It's
somebody
fine.
has to.
All right, well,
I love it.
You said it, not me. But anyways, let's get into it, folks. Okay, let's start with some characters here. Like I said, characters. That's how I describe them. The first picture to land on our list. Some of these like alphabetical ordered at one point, but then at some point decided to forget the alphabetical order. So we've kind of got a little bit of alphabetical, a little bit of not. I don't know how it organizes itself here. But first is a new guy on our radar. We've talked about him before on the show. 8-Bit Eric. Okay, he is. If you want to be definitionally correct, he's a gamer. Right. He's a gamer. But currently, and as we've seen him doing the truffle shuffle on the Salvo Pancakes stream as his little co-host here. So I guess that's how he kind of dipped.
Pun not intended.
Little co-host. We've probably all seen a little bit too much of 8-Bit Eric here. If
More
you ask
like
me,
He's just call him Bit Eric. Like it is what it is.
8-Bit's a little
It
too
is what
generous.
the fuck it is.
So 8-Bit Eric is first up, and I have to say, for my first category here, I'm going to drop 8-Bit Eric in the trash section. Okay.
Damn.
8-Bit Eric gets the trash, not only from the little member and the truffle shuffle, but who is Salvo Pancakes co-host? I mean, you got to give me a break here. How do you pivot from gamer to Salvo Pancakes truffle shuffle co-host? I don't know. Jojo, what do you think?
Okay, so I was I mean, I'm just gonna say this. I am so fucking glad I'm blind. And I didn't have to see any of that shit. I'm fucking glad I'm blind. Okay, just put it that way. I am sick and tired of women. We still get dick pics online. I am so fucking glad I'm blind. Okay? Putting it out there. Anywho, I considering all of the shenanigans and the fact that he's, Salvo's new sidekick. I didn't know who the fuck that was. I was a little more generous than you. I didn't throw him away.
Okay.
I put him in just like his penis.
Oh no!
Oh.
I feel like we started out with a good one, eh? Kevin, what do you think?
Well,
What
Kevin,
about
I
a
guess
great-
you can say you're the tiebreaker.
Well, I am going to have to side with Danny here on this one. To me, any man who sends enough unsolicited dick pics, and he's admitted it. That was his defense, right? I've sent so many.
Supposedly,
I know it can't be mine because I know what my dick pic DMs look like. That person, anyone who would do that, is a degenerate and probably a pervert, and therefore they belong in the trash. Allegedly a pervert. Is that better?
Well, supposedly, because remember it was an AI penis. Remember that?
Right? Yeah, they photoshopped.
It was an AI. It was AI.
That's right. Yeah, the AI
not
is
real.
oddly specific.
We know it's not real. It's barely there.
So there we go. 8-Bit Eric. Sorry you had to be you're the ripping the Band-Aid off the very first fucking.
I mean, it is what it is.
A little harsh on the first one, I guess. But hey, you're the guy that got your dick out online, not me.
Hey, he got what he wanted, right? He wanted his attention. He wanted, so.
Hey, there you go.
Fair game.
All right. So speaking of attention, this
shit.
one's an interesting one. Okay, so my ranking here probably is going to be a little controversial. Okay, now if you see my list, I've got eggs at the top, which is a very exclusive category. You'll see that only the upper echelon lands in eggs. And we've got friend of the show, and that category for me was kind of like anybody that's collaborated or contributed or done something in concert with the Clout route. Okay, so having said that, Abby Blackbird is notorious in the commentary community for many different things. Okay, many different things. It's what I'm about to describe is only tip of the iceberg, but for the Clout route, she had made us a channel, a trailer, edited us together a thing without me even asking or anything, sent it to me and said, hey, check this out. And because of that, Abby Blackbird lands on friend of the show for me. Now, like I said, controversial probably to some people. I'll pivot to you, Jojo. What do you think about old Abby Blackbird?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have a different take compared to everybody else in commentary because everybody gave her so much shit
We love that.
for every little fucking thing, right? That girl could not. Let's just put it down. They were on her fucking neck.
Yeah.
If I must say so. If I must say so, they would not let this one breathe. Now, having to remember all of the crazy shit, as far as like going back from Keemstar, going back to her basically trying to trick Salvo Pancakes fairly recently. I don't understand why they give her so much shit. I'm going to be honest with you. Because as much as they gave her shit, she took it. I didn't see her. I mean, like compared to most people that I see nowadays, people are literally crying. People are almost in tears. People are, screaming at the drop of a fucking hat. And she just sat there and took it. So
I do think she has
you can't
tough
say
skin.
that about a lot of people. I'll be honest with you. You can't say that about a lot of people in commentary. Especially those that wanted attention so fucking badly.
Right.
So I pretty much put her in chill. That's
chill.
the category that I have her in. Yeah,
I like that.
I have her in chill.
I like that. I don't hate it. Like,
I mean, she took it. She gave two fucks. She knew what she was in for. She knew what she was doing, and she took it like a man compared to most of these fucking men that act like bitches. I mean, I gotta give her props. I give her that. I give her that.
I don't hate it. I mean, I think just baseline. Okay, I'll give it to her. But I think it takes a little, I don't know the word I want to say. I was going to say a little balls, but that seems inappropriate for a woman. But, it takes some balls to go on the Keemstar show with Salvo and Keemstar there. And she's also arguing with like Chris the Narc off stage or whatever. Like, it takes some balls to put yourself in that situation and stand up to all these other fucking,
right.
I mean, everybody I said, Keemstar, Salvo, Chris, like legitimate crazy fucks.
I mean,
so
she wanted to be there, so
I gotta give it to her a little bit. Kev, Abby Blackbird.
Oh, there's no way this can get anything other than a friend of the show from me. Danny already explained the reason. I think it's still our channel trailer, man. The NPC video edit.
It's great.
That nobody asked for. That it was just great. So you know what? Her interactions in our chat were, always a little odd at times, but other than that, she did a really nice thing for us. And I can only show my appreciation. I don't know. If I were her, I would just pick better friends. It sounds like that's my only word of advice.
Hey, well, that's good advice for a lot of people. Pick better friends. Especially in this
commentary doesn't have friends, remember? You remember?
Oh, right. Yeah.
According to them, I don't have friends.
All right, so next up on the list, okay, this is one that might not be, you might not consider commentary, but he has drifted in and out talking about like Deaf Noodles at different times, about even Keemstar at different times, or other dramas that take place online. So I thought, if I'm broadening the definition, Adam McIntyre would be a perfect one to sneak in here. He's done a lot of Trisha Paytas coverage. Trisha Paytas could have been a good one to go on the list. That's one I didn't Retroactively, I'd have to add Trisha Paytas. But Adam McIntyre, mainly we've talked about him on the show before because of different things he's talked about during the Deaf Noodles drama. I don't know how he inserted it himself at some point, but we definitely talked about him before. For me, Adam McIntyre, pretty harmless and definitely not a friend of the show. I know who he is, I guess. So we'll put him on
Wait,
mid for now.
How do you know he's not a friend of the show?
What you said? What's that?
How do you know he's not a friend of the show?
Well, meeting the friend of the show category is that we've collabed or worked together in some sort of capacity. You came
Or
on the
they've
show,
pressed
maybe.
the like button and subscribed.
That too,
and
I
joined the Patreon. Sorry, it just felt natural to get an ad in there, Danny. Go ahead.
I doubt that he's done any of that, so we won't put him on friend of the show. We'll stick him at mid. The funny thing about my list is that people are going to get mad when they get stuck on mid, but mid is realistically like the highest that you're going to get on my list unless you've collaborated with us. So mid is actually
shave your head and join the cult.
Pretty good. Or you're bald. Yeah.
I mean, the club. Did I say the shit, Danny? Sorry. We had a meeting about this and everything. I'm sorry. Shave your head and join the club. No one said anything about a cult. No one.
So Jojo, cult things aside, okay, we won't talk about the cult things. Adam McIntyre, do you know the guy? Do you care?
I mean, I have. I'm not gonna lie. I've spoken to him maybe several years ago. I feel like he got the shit under the stick when it came to the whole. What's the ukulele girl's name? I can't remember.
Oh, Colleen Ballinger.
Ballinger. Okay, so I feel like he really got derailed by the internet for no fucking reason.
Well, yeah, he had a moment where
he was right all along, you know. So for him to be underage and having to go through that, and then having the courage to, like, you know, speak up, even though he got fucking railroaded on the internet. I mean, I gave him props for that, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan of the accent. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I have a lot of friends overseas, so it is what it is.
I like that.
So for me, he's gonna be in chill because, like, he puts himself into drama, but again, he's one of those people that has the balls to fucking overcome it and take it, because he's technically an influencer. Like, that's kind of his title. So he knows what he's getting himself into, and he's just doing what he does. Like, he's just pushing through. So, like, I got nothing negative towards him, as many people want to, like, give him shit for a bunch of different things, and it's like, but you don't really know his story, and until you actually, you know, just sit down and listen,
right?
Really not that fucking hard to figure out. So
yeah, Kevin, I don't know if you remember this guy, but this is one of the guys that came out against Colleen Ballinger. That's one of the times we talked about him. I forgot, honestly, until Jojo brought that up. He is one of the people. Go ahead.
He's the Irish lad, as he likes to call himself.
He's one of the people that were in the Cuties or whatever it was. I think it was Cuties. It was whatever. Colleen had a, like, fan chat that she would talk to inappropriately.
Yeah, it was a fandom. It was like a fandom chat.
And he was one of the, like, you know, more active people in that. And Colleen used him in a lot of ways to her advantage, and then kind of discarded him and said, fuck off. So that
she also sent him underwear. Remember, she sent him
that.
lingerie and stuff.
And that. We watched that clip, Kevin, back when we talked
And
about
he was
this.
15 years old, by the way. She was in her 30s, and he was 15, sending her. According to her, it was a joke. That's not cute.
It was her and that other guy, and they were like live streaming it. She was like, talking about, haha, Adam, we're gonna send you the panties or whatever, blah blah blah. It's like very weird. But what do you think, Kev?
That's creepy.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior. This is one of my favorite WWE superstars on Monday Night Raw. I love his.
I knew you were going to go there.
Punk. I think his mic work is some of the best it's been in years.
Shit.
Dude absolutely has earned the raise that he got from Triple H. So yeah, absolutely love Drew McIntyre. Shouts out to him. No, but Danny, the mere fact that you had to spend that long telling me who this person is, it's a who for me, dog. It's a who for me.
Like, what?
Make no mistake. And I want to point this out because someone who's already on the list, someone with a very small penis, at one point has said things like, "Oh, these guys, they're so obsessed with me." Dude, we covered you one time for 15 minutes on a podcast, dude. I'm not obsessed about anybody. I don't remember who half these people are that we talk about. Case in point. Go Drew McIntyre. Can't wait for the SummerSlam title match, baby. You've earned it.
There you go, folks. Adam McIntyre. Okay. So next on the list, this is one that I'm a little less familiar with. Aiko Rules.
Oh my goodness.
I know that she's gotten into drama with just about everybody in the space. The main thing that I've seen her be combative about and talk about a lot, Aiko, is Edwin shit, right? So homeboy Edwin, the guy, making out with Salvo on streams, and the Dove Cult guy, all that jazz. Edwin, that's how I know Aiko, because she had issues with the way Edwin did his content, with the way he treated some people that he did content with or on, yada, yada. Other than that, I don't know much. Aiko for me is I know who it is, so I don't want to go who necessarily. So we'll just go mid right here next to Adam McIntyre. For me, I can already tell where Kevin's head's at. Jojo, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to put her in side eyeing because I tried. I tried listening to her because she's mostly on Twitch. Okay, she's considered Twitch poll.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she's considered Twitch poll, even though she does put her segments on YouTube. She is considered Twitch poll, so she runs around with Destiny and all the rest that I can't fucking remember right now.
Right, I get what you're saying. The political heads over there on Twitch.
The reason I want to side eye her is because, like, I tried listening, and me being neurodivergent, I'm gonna naturally connect with someone who is on a spectrum. Okay, I'm just gonna it's gonna be a natural connection with me being disabled, other disabled person. It's just a natural thing. Okay, so I tried to listen to her, but her being high throughout the entire stream, you're already distracted. Being on a spectrum, you're already not gonna be all there. Okay, you're gonna be being at a mile a minute. You're gonna be at a mile a minute. You're like, there's so much shit going on when you're doing a live stream. Like, you can't juggle. Like, you gotta fucking mind juggle when it comes to live streaming. It is what it is. That's just basically the basis of going live.
Right.
She's, microdosing on mushrooms, and then she's on top of that. There were some streams where she was getting high on weed. So it's like, lady, I need you to pick one. And then she's got these floaty avatar things. I'm like, dude, you're gonna fucking break my brain here. I'm trying to fucking pay attention to you talking. You're stopping mid-sentence because you're high as fuck.
Harl says,
I can't do it. Like, I tried. It got to the point where I just stopped looking at the stream, and for the majority of people, I just listen. Because I can't fucking see half the shit anyway. So I'm just listening. But it's like 8 minutes of dead air, and I'm like, did she stop? Is it done? And then she's just stuck in thought, but she's not talking. And I'm like, what the fuck?
She's tripping balls.
It's supposed to be a good subject, but she's kind of fucking it up here. And then she tried to throw Nicholas Diorio under the bus. That's not something you want to do.
Oh, I see that. Where's V-Dub's chat?
He will match you.
Your axles couldn't handle that. Sorry.
You're asking for an ass kicking when it comes to Nicholas Diorio. Do not come for him and then not have receipts, because that motherfucker will get you.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad when he sees where he lands on my list.
For him to for her to throw him under the bus, and then after he was done chewing her ass out on her own live stream, she was about ready to cry, and I'm like, dude, just end the live. Just go off the live. Like, you lost. It's an L for you, like, as they like to say. So, like, I mean, I tried to listen to her. I tried to be supportive, and then her 50-11 fucking episodes of Homeboy Edwin, she had nothing.
Yeah, she really went in on Edwin.
I thought she had something, but I knew that that whole story between Edwin, Babs, and Salvo, at the end of the day, this is what I said. I believe it was Now Recordings comment that I put. Okay, so this is what I put after the whole thing. People were trying to say that, it was a SA situation, blah, blah, blah. I said, the moral of the story is, don't get fucking drunk and then cry the next morning that you did something stupid. Basically, have fucking better judgment, people. We're all adults here. At the end of the day, we're all adults. So have fucking better judgment. That's basically what I put in their comments, because this, to me, this was nothing. Like, I didn't understand why this story needed to be extended for however long it did. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from like commentary and come back. And I went into like other sectors and I listened to other podcasts. Came back 2 months later, people are still bitching about it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So
she definitely had a vendetta.
That's why I had her side eyeing, because I mean, she can't make up her mind, and it doesn't help that she's not sober half the time. So who knows what the fuck she's thinking?
Harl said in chat that she's not microdosing, she's macro dosing.
No shit. She's like literally paused 8 minutes into her thought, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? She's a lightweight. Like, clearly she's a lightweight. Clearly she can't handle her fucking drugs.
Well, she looks like she's 90 pounds. So I mean, yeah, she's probably taking like an eighth of shrooms and in another fucking plane of existence.
That girl's in another planet, shit.
Yeah. So
Must
Kevin,
be nice. Must be nice.
I'm guessing. I'm just taking a guess here. You have no idea who Aiko Rules is. It may be this conversation that me and Jojo have had has, colored your choice here a little bit, but I don't know where Aiko Rules lands for you.
The who?
Well, if eating mushrooms and smoking weed at the same time is cool, then you can consider me Miles Davis. But despite that, I am hesitant to put her on friend of the show, Danny. So who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Okay, Ric Flair.
I love that.
Well, I guess we got to Ric Flair it for him. So
I like that.
Every day.
Every day.
So let's keep it moving along because we got a lot to get to here, I guess. Anissa Joma. Okay, this would be Ian Idubbbz Joma, his significant other, who, you might not consider commentary. Okay, maybe you don't even consider Idubbbz commentary, kind of adjacent. But I feel like both of them have dipped their toes into a community that they can't escape from in the commentary community. Commentary is hypercritical of Idubbbz, and maybe even more so critical of Anissa Joma here. Now, most people don't like her. They kind of paint her as this like, oh, you've cucked iDubbbz, you've changed him, you've turned him into, this different person. He's not the same guy anymore, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They've got a lot of shit in their mouth for Anissa. I will say personally, Anissa has laughed at a lot of my Twitter jokes. More than one post of mine on Twitter, Anissa Joma has enjoyed.
Disavow.
Does that give me a bias here? Does that paint my my decision here a little bit? Maybe. Anissa's gonna go on mid for me. Jojo, take it away.
I have her as
I can't blame you.
Commentary gives her, specifically Commentary Bros. And if you don't know who that is, Kevin, that's Nicholas Diorio, Bo Blacks, and your former, I guess you could say, To Catch a Predator, Augie. I don't know how else to put it. So, I get why they give them so much shit. Like, it's really understandable, especially after what happened with Creator Clash. They kind of, blew that opportunity, so to speak, as far as Creator Clash. So, and then for Anissa and iDubbbz, you're just going to have to joint them together for me as because it's as much shit as they get. It's understandably so. And then for them to throw these guys under the bus, that shit doesn't add up. So,
Kevin, I'll tell you, okay, that you can. This is a Clout Route joint list. Now, so far, I've been putting people in mid that I know that you don't. Obviously, if you're who, I kind of override, I guess, because I know who they are. But I have a feeling you know Anissa. You have an opinion about Anissa. So here's your chance, Kevin. Are you going to bring me down to trash on Anissa? Do you have that much shit to say?
I will just say this. That last decision had me fire up an incognito tab so I can not only keep track of JoJo's tier, but I'm making my own now because this is straight trash, homie.
We can bring her down.
Under no circumstances will I accept this person as anything other than trash.
Okay. Hey, I can budge.
Well, no, it's fine.
It's
fun. It's fun. I got it for my own credibility at this point. I got a backup tier just in case. I got my backup tier.
No. Come on. I want your help here a little bit. We can move Anissa to trash if okay, I don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
If that's what you think.
Done.
So okay, sorry Anissa, you gotta up your like game on the Twitter if you want me to stick you any higher. A couple tweets ain't enough. We need you more. We need you on every tweet. Okay, if you want to get high on ours.
I don't think that's gonna be enough.
And stop live streaming your fucking therapy sessions with your husband. Okay, stop it. None of us should be hearing this.
That podcast is
live streaming. You're insane. Both of you. You're insane.
I guess since we're talking crap now anyways, let me find iDubbbz and we'll just list iDubbbz while we're at it, okay? He's not next up on the list, but we'll find him somewhere here. He's like makeup. I remember the picture has like him put here it is. iDubbbz, I guess you're going on trash too, right next to your significant other? Kevin?
Oh yeah. Yes, yeah.
iDubbbz right up there next to trash. Jojo, you have any comments differing from Anissa for Ian iDubbbz? Were you a fan? Do you think differently?
Like I said, we're both an
Are you a fan of his content? You ever watch his like documentaries about like Airsoft Fatty or anything like that? You like any of that?
Or the Thanos zip popping toy.
Nope.
You like that one? That one was
Nope.
good. How about ranking
Nope.
check mix?
Nope.
Or the political identities of different playground equipment. That one didn't do it for
Nope. 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 Nope.
I love you guys.
I'm good. I'm good.
I love you guys.
Who would have thunk it, man?
I
geez.
couldn't have asked for two better co-hosts for a tier list. I really love it. So I
had enough on your guys' show. That's all I fucking need. Okay, that's it.
I love it. I love it. So iDubbbz and trash. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay.
Hey, we've got a request in the comments, Danny. Should we maybe hit V-Dub and Headbug before the bars close over across the pond?
Okay, we can do that. Okay,
Yeah, we got a
wait for
couple
them.
asks. We got a couple of asks in the chat, so I figured I'd throw it out there.
we'll hit some UK folk. Okay, so Headbug we can start with. I'll find her somewhere here. So Headbug is going to go on friend of the show. Surprise, surprise for me, because Headbug, who I will say, in terms of people I've known in the commentary community, relatively new. Okay, Headbug has just started recently coming around our community. I've seen a lot of the stuff that she makes on YouTube. She kind of even involved me and Kevin in one of her videos, which I really enjoyed. So Headbug goes on friend of the show for me. Shouts out to Headbug and her channel. Jojo, are you familiar with Headbug Inc? Jade
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I do like. I like that it's, even though it's commentary, I like the different style of it, how she does it. Like,
Agreed.
for me, I need something different, give me a refresher. And she hits all the points as far as, video YouTube making compared to everybody doing the same fucking thing over and over. It drives me nuts. I'm like, I can't be the only one that does something different. Like, I'm not commentary and more podcast adjacent, but I still need something different. So I fucks with her. Like, to me, she's a whole vibe. So I have her at the top of the list.
Hell yeah.
Woo! The first a-hole vibe for those of us keeping score at home.
So there you go.
Oh, yeah,
a whole
brother.
vibe, Jade. Jade, you are breaking the charts right now, okay? Off the fucking charts.
Donks.
Kev, do you have any input here on Jade? Should I bring her down to mid? Are you objecting to my ranking?
Ooh, not a chance in hell. I
Are you
have
trying to throw him under the bus?
I'm going to, of course, because there's no way, if you're going to put her at friend of the show, there's no way I could give her any less of a rating, because she gave me a better grade than you in our Reddit stories competition, whatever that was.
True.
So, you know what I mean? I got to
true.
pay back the favor.
Fair.
If there was it might even be egg tier. I don't know, but I know egg tier has very specific qualifications, so we'll stick with friend of the show.
Friend of the show. I love it. All right, so there you go. Headbug, and then we've got V-Dub. Okay, he wants to cut line here, Mr. V-Dub. Okay, I mean,
Advent's got us pegged right there.
I almost, what can I say about V-Dub? Okay, continual supporter of the show, continual friend of the show, he's practically, behind the scenes sending us clips, Twitter stuff to talk about all the time. V-Dub lands comfortably in friend of the show for me. But Jojo might have a different story. Jojo, thoughts on V-Dub, the top hat dog with the cigar in the mouth there. Dapper.
I'm trying to remember where I put him.
Hey, you can just off the rip it too. We don't hate that. Just from the hip, where do you think?
I'm pretty sure that I just want to make sure that I have him on the right list. I don't want to say something and then Like, wait,
Change.
that's not what I.
Well, I'm going to jump in real quick while you find that and just piggyback off Danny's. Not only is V-Dub a friend of this show, but he also taught a lot of us, including the mysterious third egg, the other sports egg, James, about everything there is to know about Fallout. All right. We had our own personal. Danny, you remember back when we had dial-up and they would sell you these like nice magazines that have like it's like an encyclopedia for the game, like a walkthrough. Yeah, that's what it's like having V-Dub in your chat. So friend of the show, I'd share a vault with V-Dub anytime. All right. As long as we're not all named Gary or something weird, or the one with the puppets. I don't want to be in that one.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of vaults that I don't want to be in, but that's all another story.
Hey, speaking of sports eggs, what's up, James? What's up? He can vouch. See, James is here. He can vouch.
But Jojo, okay. So what do you think? V-Dub.
Okay, so I mean, I got it. Like you said, I got to rip off the Band-Aid, right? So in interacting with him on Twitter,
say what you want.
I'm gonna have to side eye you, dude.
Side eye V-Dub. Uh-oh.
Because
is it all that red pill shit that he posts?
No. Okay, so he wants to, claim that he's the heroic for commentary. Like, what I mean by this is he wants to find out all the bullshit, but on top of that wants to troll commentary on top of that, because then he's saying, oh, I don't understand why people are giving me shit. Maybe because you're trolling, bro. Like, you gotta pick one. I can't. If you're wishy-washy, to me, I'm gonna side eye your ass, because you can't have both ways. You gotta pick one. Not only that, I'm trying to figure out when it actually was, but that dude unfollowed me, and
that's automatic.
I'll probably never get an answer, and that's fine. But
that's an automatic crash for me if they unfollow me.
I have a feeling that it had to do with him trying to start shit. Him and Parking Tacos trying to start shit.
All right, guys, hang on. I gotta jump in and press X to doubt on that one right there.
Twitter.
X to doubt. No way.
Yeah, but you don't even pay attention to half of my shit on Twitter.
Kevin,
so
don't listen to Kevin. He's totally. This is kayfabe. He knows.
Oh yeah.
I think that
I'm just at my peak sarcasm arc right now.
My opinion, but I think the main reason that he deleted me or unfollowed me, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was because he was trying to act like, because you're married, Danny, he was trying to act like, oh, well, he's married and you guys can't be liking each other's tweets and blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, I'm going to need you to calm the fuck down and stop starting.
People have big issues with that, I feel like.
Like, calm the fuck down. He's not tipster. Calm the fuck down.
I feel like people have a big issue with that, though. I think that's a good point to, like, a good thing to bring up. I feel like as soon as I mention, like, I'm married, that there happen to be a lot of people that would be like, that, like, try to criticize who I talk to. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're talking to a, it's like, look, everything isn't led with my dick, especially I'm married now. So I'm very satisfied. I don't think with my penis all the time.
Right.
I can just be friendly with people.
Not only that, people just assume I'm a fucking e-whore. No.
Nah.
No. I know you're married. Like, we have that fucking boundary. Like, fucking duh. Can't be fucking adults here. Like, come on.
Right.
Don't, like, I am not the one to be fucked with.
Well, you heard it from Jojo first.
So yeah, side-eyeing you.
Side-eye.
You can go to bed now. You can go.
Yeah. And on that note, good night, V-Dub. We certainly appreciate all
good day, sir. Good day.
All the good times.
Shouts out. Okay, so V-Dub aside, okay, next up we've got
hey, you said it.
We've got friend of the show for me, okay? I'll start it off. An easy one for me. Assistant Sailor just was on the show like a few weeks ago. You know, I think it's been like a month or so or whatever. So default, he goes in front of the show. I had a great time shooting the shit with Assistant Sailor. He's a younger guy I wasn't very aware of. This is the funny thing. Is like I was told like 2 or 3 years ago by a good friend of mine that, oh, Assistant Sailor is a pretty interesting commentary guy. Okay. That was like right when I started. And then we have him on the show, you know, just recently, and he tells me he's 18. And I was like, holy shit, dude, I had people telling me that you were cool like 2 years ago. So I guess you're ahead of the game. I was surprised that he was that young. But Assistant Sailor, friend of the show, was a great addition. Kevin and Jojo, I will let you take over real quick. I have to run very quickly. But Jojo, what do you think about Assistant Sailor?
I wasn't sure where to put him because I mean I ended up putting him in chill. Because I do like he does have good takes, and clearly, like Danny said, he's ahead of the game. Him being that young, I didn't expect him to be that young either. He looks like he's older than me. But what I don't like, and I at first I was like, I don't know where to put him, but I just put him in chill because I don't like the obsession he has with Megan. That I can't stand. Like it's annoying to me. Like I can't stand the obsession. I don't understand what the obsession is with that he has with Megan. Like I don't know if he secretly likes her or I don't fucking know. I mean, I get the hatred that he has. I mean, I guess I can understand it, but it's a bit much for me. I don't fucking know, dude.
It's funny. I only heard like the tail end of your conversation, but I already know that you're talking about him and Maggot.
I don't understand the obsession. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, maybe it's because he's young.
That might be part of it. I don't know. He's got a real thing for Maggot, though. He thinks that
I don't like it. I don't like the
that's
obsession.
a funny thing.
Like, bro, move on. He's got D-Max now. Move on.
That's right. You're right.
She upgraded to a gay guy. Move on. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's what I don't like. Like, he does have good content. He does have good takes. But, bro, cut the obsession.
I think it's a little much.
Just cut the obsession. I don't understand that. But he's in chill. Like, I did settle for chill because I didn't know where to put him.
Right.
But that's the only thing I don't like. That's my only, criticism. Just lay off the Maggot.
Kevin, Assistant Sailor, what was your experience? Did you like him on the show? What did you think? Have you seen him on Twitter at all after the show? What do you think?
No, my Twitter timeline is a weird amalgamation of sports clips, movie updates, and then a little bit of commentary drama sprinkled in. So I don't see what a lot of our peers do on Twitter, and I'll be honest, I kind of enjoy it that way. I feel like I get.
I also don't blame you.
I don't get into stupid fights online. I don't get my blood pressure up for no reason twice a day just by hopping on Twitter and fighting with somebody over some point. So I really have no idea what anybody does on Twitter. I don't even know what Danny does on Twitter half the time unless he's tagged me in it, or I see him in a Bo Black's video. Easy for me to say, pal.
Did you?
But hey, he was cool. It was a good time. It was a chill stream. So yeah, give me friend of the show.
I want to ask, did you
and Star Wars, yeah.
Did you hear us, did you see from somebody else that we were on Bo Black's latest video, or did you organically watch it and see that we popped up? Kevin.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm a day one. I watch I'm subscribed, I'm premium. I had early access to it. No, I did find it organically though. I was on I had just gotten back home from a gig doing some football commentary. That's a completely different kind of commentary that I'll admittedly better at than I am at this kind. But and so while I was unpacking all of my equipment, I saw the alert and I was like, oh, great. Yeah, let me get the rundown, see if I've missed any of this back and forth. And wouldn't you know it, Clout Route says, oh, I got it, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait for that to be on the soundboard.
So okay, cool. There you go. Assistant Sailor, folks. Augie RFC. Now, Kevin and me have a history with Augie here. He's going straight in the trash tier for us. Now, people might find that controversial. Okay, I know that Augie is a mainstay, a staple. He's on the Mount Rushmore of commentary for people. But when me and Kevin first started and we try to interact with some of these folks, okay, this is how I gauge them, okay? Tipster, immediately on the offense, Matt Pitt hits me up to try to get us on Now Recording. Tipster, negative immediately right from the bat. Augie RFC, same vibe from us. Immediately try to interact with them right when we start. No, he says, fuck off. What was it? You guys look like pedophiles, he says. So, Augie RFC, a quick trash tier for me. But Jojo, you might have a differing opinion. I don't know. Let's hear it. Augie RFC.
I mean, we don't even know if he's coming back.
Right. He's been on a hiatus for what? Over a year now?
Well, he's been, to be fair, he's been touching grass and grabbing some ass, I guess you can say.
Touching that grass and grabbing ass.
Second part very much,
say?
but if you say so.
I get, I mean, it's kind of confusing because while he claims he's got the strict Christian values, so to say, and I'll give him that because he's still a virgin.
He says that?
Those guys are always the weirdest.
I'll give him that. He was still a virgin. I don't know if he is now. He might have changed it. But that's a little weird coming from him because you can't say you got strict Christian values, but then you got to call people random dudes you don't know pedophiles.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
So I get where y'all are coming from, but I'm gonna have to go against y'all. Sorry.
Hey,
So
we're cool. That's cool.
For me, he's a whole vibe because he's got great. He's a great debater compared to
I'm
a
sure
lot
he's a
of shitty motherfuckers
debater.
I see online that can't debate for shit.
Yeah,
So
a lot of practice,
he's a good debater for me, and it's like someone I can listen to. Like for me, it's an easy listen.
You think he's
Like
funny?
Him shooting the shit and all that stuff. So sorry, he's a whole vibe.
Can't hate it. Like I said, I'm not a Augie RFC consumer, so I've never really watched any of his content. My whole view of him is painted on the whole Twitter interaction where he called me and Kevin pedophiles for being bald. Right. Okay. Ball egg happens to be the number 1 tier in my fucking list. Okay. Augie. So bald is S rank for me. Kevin, what do you think about Augie RFC?
Friend of the show for me, Danny.
Right. We'll go with that.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm still waiting for this guy. Here's what really happened. I saw a chat said he made money off GameStop and quit the internet. No, what happened is he called Danny and I pedophiles on Twitter. I challenged him to a boxing match, and he promptly left the internet and has yet to return. So straight trash, homie.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it, I guess.
That is my narrative.
I guess we'll never know.
That's exactly what happened. Anybody else who tells you that is a liar, and they probably have inappropriate DMs on. You should check their hard drives. If anybody ever questions anything I say, they are baldest.
How much you want to bet that he doesn't even remember y'all?
Oh,
100%.
How much you want to bet?
100%.
Let's say he came back. Let's say he came back and somebody asked him just randomly. Just asked
100%.
him. You'd be like, who?
Yes, exactly.
How much
We
you
would
wanna
go.
bet?
We would go on his who on his list. Oh, I'm not. I'm not trying to. Yeah, of course we would appear on his who.
I mean, he's
So
been gone, what, a year? That happened a year ago, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Maybe even more than that because it happened closer to when like we started doing the show. So really, it was like the same time that I was beefing with people like Tipster and Keemstar and shit was when I was beefing with him on Twitter. So like, yeah, no, he I guarantee you he doesn't remember us at all.
No, I can guarantee that.
Especially if he,
Especially if he's been gone a year, like
well, you said touching grass and grabbing ass.
Grabbing
If he's doing that, he don't remember who us two old bald fucks are.
exactly.
Kevin doesn't necessarily agree with the whole grabbing ass thing,
But
but
that's because Kev has a grudge, so
we'll move on. Okay.
I'm also in charge of the mute button around here, guys. All right, everybody behave themselves.
We better be on our best behaviors
Right.
here, Jojo. So next on the list, one of my favorite commentary community guys. Okay, honestly, I will genuinely give it to him. One of the more chill people, one of the least controversial fucking weirdos. You know, some of these people can be fucking weird. And Badwick. Okay, Badwick seems like one of the most grounded, most normal guys in the commentary community. Friend of the show tier for Badwick. We had a great show with him when he came on. So friend of the show for me. Jojo, where are we at with Badwick?
the whole vibe.
A whole vibe. So I think we're all probably sitting in the same feels for Badwick. Good guy. Good commentary guy, huh? Kevin, do you have any hate in your mouth for Badwick?
Nope, I'm all good here. Friend of the show.
Wow. So Badwick, not only one of the least controversial commentary community people, but the most boring person to rank on our list because everybody agrees that he's a good guy. I guess that's what you get when you're a good guy, right? So
I mean,
shouts out to Badwick.
The only thing I didn't like,
Ooh.
the only thing I didn't like was that dude tricked me because he changed his whole persona to Hollywood Huggy, and I'm like, when the fuck did I follow this ad? I know I didn't fucking follow this guy. I was like, when did I follow Huggy? I'm so confused. So it's like one of the meanest things. To be fair, it's one of the meanest things you can do to a blind person. But he didn't know. So I was like, I can't get mad at him because he don't fucking know. I was like, what the fuck?
That's pretty funny, to be honest.
I did message him, and I'm like, bro, you fucking got me, fucking asshole. You got
to. No, even I myself, okay. I'll tell you. I'll let you in on a little behind the scenes. Okay, Badwick had DM'd me something about like, you know, us collaborating or whatever in the future, blah, blah, blah. We were just talking about stuff and he had DM'd me and I just had missed his DM, you know. I came back to it a couple days later and I was like, oh shit, Badwick sent me a DM. But it was around the same time when he had just changed his like avatar and his name and everything. And I was like, this motherfucker probably thinks that I ignored him because he looks like Puggy in my DMs instead of him. I was like, I just genuinely missed the DM, dude. It had nothing to do with Huggy, but Badwick, friend of the show from me and Kev, and a whole vibe from Jojo. So resounding score from the panel here for Badwick. Now we get into a more controversial one. Boogie 2988. Okay. I could see how somebody would even argue maybe he's not commentary. I think that his journey into the LolCow podcast has put him comfortably in the commentary community, at least for me. So for Boogie 2988, has he interacted with the show, collabed? No. Do I think he's interesting or any of the content he makes? Do I watch? No. Do I know who he is? Yeah. So where am I putting him? trash. Sorry, Boogie. Jojo, what do you think?
Funny you say that. I'm throwing his ass away too because this motherfucker, for him to have blood cancer and all he has to do is work out, like, I would fucking kill to have the type of cancer he has. Me being terminal, I can't fucking do anything. I can't even fucking take morphine. And for this motherfucker to cry and bitch and whine and moan and say, oh, I'm just gonna KYS, I'm just gonna self-delete, motherfucker, what the fuck?
Hey, that's
What the
fucking
fuck?
completely
If
valid.
I could fucking, it with me being deafblind, me fucking being terminal, every goddamn day, I fucking get up and do what the fuck I gotta do, and I fucking make an impact and help people. Fucking get over yourself. Get off your ass and fucking get over yourself. That's really all he has to do. So if he is taken away from this cancer, it's his own fucking doing. Like, let's be fucking honest here. It's his own doing, because all he has to do is cut down on the fucking food. It's not that fucking hard. It's really not that hard. And I have heard so many people commentate on how he can actually do it. Like they've given him charitability and like literally breaking down. Even Keem of all fucking people has said, I'll get you a trainer. Even, his girlfriend Brantley, I'll fucking train with you. I'll get you thin. I'll get you fit. It's really all he has to fucking do, and he's choosing not to. He's choosing to be fucking defeated. That annoys the fuck out of me.
You think he had a good chance when he did this whole creator clash thing, to like better himself and be a little more healthy and blah, blah, blah. But it seems like even involved with that, where he had trainers and he was learning and stuff, he still seemed to like half-ass it to the point to where, he came out the other end and he's probably worse off than he was better off.
For those of us that are terminal that don't have cancer, but we have these rare fucking illnesses that doctors can't do shit for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't take medication. There's nothing for us. We would kill to be in fucking his position. All we have to do is exercise and eat right, and the fucking cancer goes away. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
God, it makes me want to smack the shit out of him. Can I smack him? Can I be on fucking Crater Clash?
I would.
Out of this dude? Like, come on.
Hey, me and Kevin would be the first people to buy tickets to the Jojo slaps
like,
the shit out of Boogie show. Am I right, Kevin?
I used to train in MMA. I do have a jiu-jitsu black belt, so I used to train in MMA. Not
so
only that, I did like.
There you go. Get Slug out there.
Here.
Kevin, what do you think about Boogie 2988? Am I moving him from trash?
Absolutely not. Boogie's pathetic. He makes excuses for everything.
Yeah.
I could honestly, I could probably cut a 5 to 7 minute promo off on Boogie without taking any notes. But if I do that, we'll literally be here until tomorrow. So we'll just say throw away and go on to the next one.
Throw him away. The next one on the list for us, Bunny Button. Okay. I don't know if she's necessarily a controversial figure in the commentary community. She is on a podcast with Xylee and why can't I think of the Eva is the other lady's name, I believe. The broadcast she's on. She also does her own thing where she does her cam soda as the clown. I almost said the bunny, the clown thing. I don't really know what she gets into over there on the cam soda thing, but it is part of her persona online. I feel like the last thing I saw her do was stick her feet in cans of Wendy's chili. So that has definitely painted my view on her. However, Bunny Button for me seems like a
that was probably, I can guarantee that was probably a request by a foot fetisher.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure somebody requested it.
Yeah, that's a request. I can guarantee that.
She sits firmly at mid for me. She seems like a genuine person. And while maybe I cannot, as a married man, consume all that content there, she seems like she's doing a great job. So I will leave it at that. Mid for me. Okay. Which, again, I say is basically as good as you can get unless you've collabed with us. So mid. Jojo, what do you think about Bunny Button?
I'm gonna put her in chill. I never watched her content. I'm not a. I mean, I guess you can say I'm not a fan of sex workers because of obviously my history. But like to me she's not like hurting anybody, and she's like I've seen her like all across commentary. Like she seems like a genuine person. She doesn't seem like someone that's like a degenerate. She doesn't seem like, you know what I'm saying? Like compared to most of these sex workers, she seems chill. What I don't understand though is the current vitriol she got from commentary. I don't know if you listened to the recent not recording.
No.
I can't remember if it was an episode or if it was a live stream. So people can quote me on that in chat. But for them to say that her content, they feel like she is gonna create a serial killer, that's a fucking bit much.
Wait,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of sex workers, but that's a fucking stretch. I'm sorry.
They just think that somebody's going to get so obsessed with her that they're going to go crazy, kind of thing.
No, like that kind of like her kind of content was what creates serial killers, because men can't get women like that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Well,
like they create mass shooters and whatnot. So
interesting. Kevin,
that's a little much.
As a single man, if you've ever seen Bunny Button running around on Twitter,
running around,
or
really hopping around,
right, or us just talking about Bunny, on different things in the show, are you driven to mass murder human beings because of that?
No shit.
No, not at all.
Well, why did you say it like that?
This one's going to be a who for me, although she does. The picture you used, that's a Halloween costume, right? She's cosplaying as Wendy from Wendy's, of all things. So
yeah, I told you she stuck her feet in the Wendy's chili.
Oh God, was it frozen? You think?
It was canned.
You can freeze it after.
It was canned.
And then just still use
they have a canned Wendy's chili too.
Why would you buy canned chili when you can just buy the stuff they make at the store and put it in your freezer? Okay,
Lord.
You know that
everyone knows that's how you do that.
You know that the canned Wendy's chili has to be different than the authentic number from the store, because I had a buddy that worked. I had two buddies, roommates of mine, very close friends of mine, that worked at Wendy's. And if you know, the Wendy's chili is made out of
toes,
burger patties, prior burger patties. Okay. They'll fry off a couple burger patties. If those bitches don't get sold, they're sitting in water until it's time for chili. Then they gotta tear you up some burger patties and throw them in that chili. So, having said that, in-store Wendy's chili, probably better than canned chili. Okay? I have to say, okay? That's burger meat you're getting straight up. Who knows what they're putting in that canned shit that you're getting off the shelf?
They're still putting day-old burger meat in it. They're just...
Is it even a burger? Like,
they're pouring it in a tub.
Come
when
on.
a guy drops the fries off, they're like, here you go, brother. Here's all the leftover chili we couldn't sell. Put that in a can and get it down to Kroger.
Well, you guys know. You guys know then. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so Bunny Button, okay. For me, lands at a mid. For Jojo, what did you say that she lands at? Chill. So pretty good score from Bunny Button here. Burn the World, okay. Relatively new and younger commentary community streamer. I have to admit, I know who he is, but do I know what he's up to? Not so much. Who, for me, on Burn the World, I know he's like a co-host of Badwick on Wall Smashers, but it's like there's 10 hosts on Wall Smashers, so it's like I don't even know who is talking half the time. So Burn the World is one I might have to get to know a little bit more. He's landing on who for me. Jojo, what do you think?
I put him in chill. I feel like he gets a lot of shit from commentary. Because I don't know, it's like they mix him up with Victor Burns. Not only that, like he like obviously they all work together as far as like AWT, which is Flatley's crew, I guess you could say. Not only that, like he also is he in Cross Masters? I can't keep up. I honestly can't keep up with the fucking list. But I feel like with all the drama they all get themselves into, and then they're not even fucking creating it. This is like outside people that's fucking creating the drama, and he's often having to fucking defend himself. But I mean, I don't see any issues at all so far that
Right on.
we fucking know of.
Well, Burn will
Give it time. Give it time. It's commentary. Give it time.
he'll really love that review. Okay, Kevin, Burn the World. I'm assuming you're for a lot of these.
Do we got a Ric Flair here?
For a lot of these, I'm just automatically assuming Kevin's like, yeah, well, if I don't know who he is, Kevin really don't know who he is.
If Danny doesn't know who it is, and it's not like a Daniel Larson, a Jared Genesis,
Yeah, because if I get a
one of those lol cows,
yeah,
then I certainly do not know who it is. However, I'm going to take this moment to pivot and talk about what I actually do know a thing or two about, and that is appreciation for Carla for the super chat. Goddamn. Woo! There it is. There's your Ric Flair. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's gonna be a who on my end. Danny. Who's that?
So there we go. Burn the World. You got your spot. Next up is Noddle. Captain Noddle. He does the Clear World podcast. He is very good friends, if not best friends, with Mr. Salvo Pancakes. That sort of paints you in a certain light for me. Sorry, Noddle, but your association has made you guilty. No, I've seen Noddle's streams with Des as well. And I'll just say that he seems naive, not able to really make up an opinion for himself. Therefore,
like most of commentary.
Like most commentary, and he is led by somebody with a stronger will than he, which would be Salvo Pancakes. And I cannot condone any followers of the Pancake Man. Well, at least I don't condone. I guess I could, maybe, but generally I don't. And Noddle falls on that for me. Noddle, sorry, you're in the trash. You could redeem yourself someday. You don't have to hang with thieves all the time. You can come to the light. But I digress. Jojo, do you know Captain Noddle? Noddle.
I'm gonna have to pass on this one. Who? I don't know. Sorry.
There you go.
You got a Ric Flair from me.
You got a Ric Flair from Jojo, and it looks like Kevin is on a bathroom break on the important Noddle pick here. So we're gonna keep Noddle.
Yes, I'm taking off.
We're gonna keep Noddle firmly in the trash. Okay, I don't think Kevin's gonna object.
Yeah, I don't even like. You just gave me a little bit of a lure there. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
So fair enough. Okay. So Carla is next. Now, Carla, friend of the show, she's in chat, sharing all the links. Carla is one of our closest, show supporters. We love Carla here, always contributing to the show, always helping spread the Clout Route message. Carla, for me, lands firmly at friend of the show. A lot of these people that only kind of help with the show, like from the sidelines, like Carla and V-Dub and even parking to a little bit, even though parking's a little more controversial figure, I feel like. A lot of these people I asked beforehand, like, hey, do you guys want to be on a commentary tier list? Because they're not really creators, V-Dub or Carla. They're kind of just like orbiters and like viewers, you know, people that are in the community. So I asked beforehand, they all accepted the ranking on the list, and Carla lands at friend of the show for me. Jojo, what do you think about Carla? The lovely Carla, the Clout Route's #1 fan.
I am gonna have to give her chill.
Chill.
From what I've seen on Twitter, and she's been like recently, she's been in my chat, so I appreciate her support. As far as when I go live.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to put her in chill. Like
Carla's pretty chill.
She seems legit. So
Kevin, any thoughts on Carla there landing on friend of the show for us? Chill for Jojo.
Just another shout out to her for that awesome super chat. But also, I mean, I swear, I don't know how she does it. I'm assuming she has like a Google Doc with just all of our links already copy and pasted. Because somehow, some way, every show, it's my Twitter, Danny's Twitter, the Patreon, the Discord, the nerd channel I work on, the sports channel I work on, Cosmic Jive. Is like, God damn. So she's always out here slinging those links out and tagging people. Hey, everyone, the fellas are live. So of course, man, friend of the show, eternally grateful for all of the help in our chat. So appreciate you, Carla, friend of the show.
Shouts out to Carla. Okay. Next up on the list.
And then
this one might divide us a little bit. I don't know where everybody lands on Mr. Chris the Narc. Okay. Chris the Narc, he's a commentary guy in his own right. I mean, he does plenty of streams himself where he's given his takes on all the jazz that's going around in the commentary community. Chris also, we've watched him plenty of times on the Keemstar show. He was kind of a background dude on that, so we've heard about him there as well. My interaction with Chris the Narc has kind of been I've never really had a positive nor negative experience with Chris the Narc. I feel like on my list that is a detriment to him, because at least if we had the interaction, then he would firmly land somewhere, but we've never really. So I'm just going to put Chris the Narc at trash.
Hey.
Trash for me. I mean, I don't really watch his content, so I can't comment there. I mean, obviously, I made mid like the best tier on our list that you could really get reasonably. So, like, I'm all about triggering people on this list and getting them pissed off at me.
No shit.
So, Chris the Narc, comfortably a trash for me. I mean, you could have a chance to change it, dude. We could, we could chill sometime. Maybe you come on the show. You could be a friend of the show in in an instant. But Jojo, let's hear a little bit more reasonable commentary from somebody that probably has an actual opinion on Chris the Narc. Maybe not.
I didn't know where to put him, to be honest, because he's a bit of a bitch for me. You can say it. He's a bit of a bitch for me. For him to cry behind the fucking scenes, the fucking Keemstar of all people. Really, you couldn't handle Keemstar? But you cried to have that fucking job?
Yeah.
And then for him to dick ride to like be at the top for fucking commentary, yeah, I'm just gonna have to put him in because
Eh.
He's a bit of a bitch for me. I'm sorry. Like, calling that shit what it is.
Well, it seems like we have the same vibes about him. Kevin, are you even aware of Chris the Narc? Have you ever interacted with this guy?
Let's put it this way: the name fits him.
Chris the Narc, right? I mean, it automatically gives you sussy
fits him.
vibes.
He's
The Narc.
He's a bit of a snitch, so the name fits.
We don't like that around here, Kevin.
Yeah, you
I'm
literally
from Chicago. I don't
just took
fucking
my
do
bit directly
Sorry.
out of my mouth as you were trying to hand the microphone to me. So no, that's it. That's all I was gonna say.
Sorry.
I was just gonna be a Carlos Mencia and Steel Harrells and Advents joke right here. No, snitches get stitches. Mama Nevik
Oh,
did not
shit.
raise a punk, so no. If you choose, this is exactly insert my peepaw riveter take.
Oh, fuck.
But just with narc, and so this is how you choose to brand yourself. See, I'm gaining accents I never had before. This guy's got me so flustered. Why, of all the things, you can be anything you fucking want to be in this world, and you called yourself a narc. You're a moron, dude, and an idiot. Whatever.
Oh.
Trash tier, who? I don't care. Wherever you want to put him, Danny. I don't give a shit. I would never trust him. How could I talk to him? He's a Fed. Can we put up a Fed tier?
Fed tier. We need a special tier. Feds.
That makes sense.
All right.
At least we were all on the same page on the narc thing, though. I love
Chris
that.
the Narc
Yeah, I can't trust a snitch. I'm sorry.
doesn't score very high for us on the list. Okay, so sorry, Chris. Next on the list, CJ Brown, a quick and prompt trash tier for me. I mean, who the fuck goes live and argues with a guy while his wife is in the background picking her nose and eating it, and then he willingly shares and laughs about the gifts and pictures of his wife eating her boogers on
Ew.
Discord. I mean, actively a scumbag, trash tier, epitome of the bottom of the list for me. CJ Brown, you fucking scumbag piece of shit loser. Okay, that's my take. Jojo?
Yeah, Jojo, follow that.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to agree and throw him away. I mean, as a former bitch of Salvo,
Yeah, right?
That's what Salvo called him, and that's what he took. So throw him away.
Throw that bitch away. Kevin, what do you think about CJ Brown?
Who? Seriously,
Hey,
who is this?
I know you know who this guy is, Kevin.
Mhm.
It looks like a Harry Potter cosplay in the photo. Is this guy
Cosplay.
Harry Squatter over here? No, I have no idea
Harry
who this
Squatter.
Oh
Squatting.
Lord.
Squatting straight on the trash tier. I think that's what.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
we
put homeless
all-
Harry Potter in the trash if you want. Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't know who it is.
I think we all agree there. Okay, so we can move on quickly. Sorry, CJ Brown. The Clout route is next. Our first egg
Seriously?
tier. Bow, 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 bow. The first top tier
Really?
on the list. The Clout route. You know us. You love us. We're at the top of the list. Eggs.
Oh Lord.
Jojo, what do we got to say about
Well,
the Clout?
obviously a whole vibe. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you, Jojo. We appreciate that.
Well,
Much-
Appreciate that.
much
Boost our
applaud.
egos. Are you-
I can't. I mean, this isn't my stream. I can. My hands are tied.
Yeah,
y'all.
wait
My
for
hands are
that.
tied.
Oh.
Make sure you
So
guys subscribe to JoJo's channel because she'll tell you how she really feels about us on a future
Yeah, right.
stream. So
Here in a couple
For the
streams, she'll
noties
be
on.
like, yeah, we put them in egg tier, but those guys, they are really problematic.
So what was I
I would
supposed to do? I
never
was on
do
their
that to y'all.
show.
I'm not commentary.
Right, exactly. We've got to trust that JoJo isn't actually commentary like the rest of them, and she won't come on a stream with us and be pleasant and great, and then immediately go on her stream and be like, fuck those guys, those fucking pieces of shit. We know she's better
She's
than
no
that.
Ethan.
Well, I
Klein.
don't need clout, so there you go.
That's right. That's right. We've never seen JoJo on the Clout route riding that Clout route because guess what? She is She is authentic. That's what we call authentic. You don't need to ride the clout route. Okay.
I got enough problems.
So Kevin, do you have any discrepancies there with the clout route being on egg tier?
Oh, yeah. I mean, these guys are a couple of blowhards. I mean, just running their mouths constantly. They don't take
What the fuck?
anything as seriously as everyone believes they're supposed to. I'd hesitate to even call these two jabronis commentary. I think they're just doing a little sit down comedy because, God forbid, you wouldn't want to see
That's
either
right.
of them standing up in front of a camera. So we got to sit down.
Commentary adjacent.
Got the camera shoulder up, you know. So no, a couple of bums, dude, who aren't worth the razors they use to shave their smooth scalps. But goddamn, for some reason, all these wacky folks in the chat seem to like hanging out with us. So yeah, we're scrambled eggs, Danny, but we are the eggs. We are Legion. Expect us.
We are the eggs. So we've got
The
a
Eggman.
fucking mountain to slam through here. So let's see if we can speed up the commentary on our end here. Okay. We've got CoffeeZilla. Now, people would argue commentary adjacent, maybe not commentary. He's a guy that talks about the space and things that go on online a lot. So I thought it'd be interesting to add him to the list. CoffeeZilla for me falls at a nice mid because I enjoy his talk on the crypto stuff, on the scamming stuff. He's usually pretty good on all that. And me and Kevin like to call out all that kind of stuff. So CoffeeZilla lands pretty high for me. Jojo, are you familiar with
Chill?
CoffeeZilla Chill?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. You enjoy his content?
Chilla.
Yeah, I do like listening to his content.
Kevin, you cool with
Yeah.
CoffeeZilla at a nice mid range?
CoffeeZilla's out here doing God's work. One of the first to expose Logan Paul. Well, maybe not the first, but one of the first to expose all the major
More in depth,
financial
I guess you could say.
scams. Yeah, brought it to Logan's response to CoffeeZilla. I think also helped just explain. It's like the Streisand effect, right? So he tried to sweep it under the rug, and that drew even more eyes to it. And for that, I'll always be grateful.
So CoffeeZilla lands pretty high for all of us here. ContraPoints, another I would say relatively famous, well-known,
especially at Quentin Reviews' house.
Commentary adjacent, you know, because like ContraPoints will talk about subjects very broadly, as well as like more narrowed specific things to make commentary on. I think ContraPoints is one of these where it's like she's just a more controversial figurehead. I mean, the whole trans thing kind of lends to that, doesn't it? I guess if you get a little heat no matter what. But ContraPoints for me, great watch, great videos, great essays, great thoughts. Mid tier for me, because we've never collaborated, but ContraPoints, if you ever want to fucking come on the show, you know, we got a spot for you
on a Thursday for the morning show.
Jojo, any thoughts?
Sorry, I spoiled mine.
ContraPoints.
Sorry, I had to Ric Flair that one. I didn't know who the fuck that was. I had to look her up.
Ric Flair. Woo!
I looked her up and I was like, yeah, I still don't know who the fuck this is.
Kevin, are you familiar with ContraPoints, and would you change my ranking at mid?
This is a who for me. The only reason I know this person exists is one time, a long time ago, I think someone else who's on this list made a video about Quentin Reviews being kind of horny on Twitter and just being weird in general. And that's the only reason I know who ContraPoints is, because Quentin was weird. He did like an entire video just, you know, if you want to make the world a better place, you need to subscribe to ContraPoints or some shit. It was the whole thing was weird. Quentin's
trying to raise
in my humble opinion, a very weird dude. And yeah, this is a who. No.
A who. So okay, I've got ContraPoints at mid right now. You want to put her at who?
I think
Would
we
you-
should leave her at mid for the optics, Danny.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
We
Hey.
we are good people.
I
okay?
like that. I like that, Kevin. You're thinking.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's move
Every
on.
once in a while, you know what they say about broken clocks, Danny.
Next on the list, D'Angelo Wallace, another commentary adjacent kind of guy. He's dipped his toes in the Keemstar shit talk, in the crypto shit talk, in the Logan Paul shit talk, in the basically he's been critical of any kind of creator online, which lands him in a good commentary community spot for me. D'Angelo Wallace for me lands at mid. I like the content. I like the criticism. Shouts out to mid tier for D'Angelo Wallace. Jojo, are you familiar?
It's gonna be an eh for me. I don't do the woke shit. Sorry. Yeah, that's
Too woke for Jojo.
Wow, let's go.
Not
Hey,
for me.
fair enough. Fair enough.
For me, it's fake. I can't because you're putting on a show. You gotta get those DIE points. So nope.
Interesting. I love to hear it from Jojo. Kevin, do you have any differing opinions on D'Angelo Wallace? Am I bringing him down to trash tier?
See, this one's weird for me, Danny. I don't know if D'Angelo is trash. The experience that I had with D'Angelo Wallace, he made about the 47th exposed documentary about Shane Dawson. But whatever time, it was at a very well-placed, well-timed video where Shane was in one of his endless cycles of internet drama. So I watched this 1 hour recap, which of course included stories that we've all heard a million times about Will Smith's child and blackface and all that, but it had some new horrible stuff at the end. And I appreciated that video because I'm not going to sift through any of Shane Dawson's content to see what the fuck that degenerate's been doing.
Right.
So my only experience with him was he made a video that I thought was well done, well edited. So I guess I'd leave him at mid. I just don't know. It's not a who. I mean, this is where the mid thing.
Interesting.
I love it. It was great marketing. Well done. You know, like nobody can get like a good grade, but this person's actually mid to me, so I don't know what to do with them.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
So
Don't know what to do with my hands.
It's interesting. Chat here is very on the side of Jojo here. You got Tara with too woke. You've got
yeah, see, I'm not the only
Advent
one.
with boom. Jojo's on fire. Performative virtue.
Not the only one.
So Jojo's not the only one that thinks D'Angelo a little performative here. I like that. I like
Can't stand the performative bullshit. Can't stand it.
I like
how pissed are some of these people gonna be
divisiveness.
when the pendulum swings back? Like in a couple of years, iDubbbz is gonna be so pissed at himself when he realizes. I know we already talked about him, but there's gonna be some of these other virtue signaling folks that when it's no longer on their side, that it's gonna be really weird. Because how do you pivot? Like, how do you just pivot into? I'm just gonna be a crass asshole. See, that's why you should just start that way. You know, if you want to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Be an asshole from the jump. Might be rough. Might be rough scooting early on, but just do it.
Hey, well, you might be onto something here. Speaking of that, Kevin, I think that's a good segue into the next character on our list, Keemstar. Okay, Keemstar. Well, I mean, quite the figure in the commentary community. One of the figureheads, arguably. One of the, originators, maybe. One of the OGs, they would say. Keemstar, I don't know where he lands on all of your lists, but I think that Keemstar is very wrong almost about everything he says. Usually, sometimes clock is right every, twice a day or whatever they say. So Keemstar lands firmly in trash tier for me. Jojo. I'm
opinion.
I'm
gonna have to throw him away. I had a few people come to me. I forget what. I think it was 2 years ago that I did a video on the commentary of Civil War. That's on my channel. If you guys want to go back in time, Um,
Check it out.
but I basically reacted to a clip of him saying that he quote unquote saved Brantley from her eating disorder. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. You can't save anybody from their eating disorder. Sorry.
What a weird thing to say.
Why doesn't he turn some of that on his own nicotine addiction? Here we have a guy who tried to quit smoking cigarettes by going to Juul pods. Now I see him in his own house like a degenerate, double fisting 2 Juul pods stacked on top of each other, right? Okay, follow along with me. And he will also have a lit cigarette that he hits. No chance in hell he helped anybody beat any addiction. Fuck
Well,
out of here. Sorry. Go ahead, Jojo.
the fact that he claims that he bullied her out of it, like just throwing food at her, saying "eat," that's not how the fuck you. That's not how you fix it.
I didn't even know he said shit like that, but that just sounds
It's
fucking
on
stupid.
that video. It's commentary Civil War. It's on that video.
What a fucking dumb thing to say. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I had to comment on it because people are like, "You gotta do something." What the fuck y'all want me to do? Like, this motherfucker has a fucking spasmo attack every 5 seconds. I always say to myself, Keem, you're gonna give yourself a fucking heart attack. What are you, 47, 48? Bro, calm the fuck down. Like, he literally
You
screams.
need to
I can't listen
out.
to him because he's always screaming into the fucking microphone trying to bust my fucking eardrums. Kind of like, Skid Row, calm down. Like, bro, relax. You would think that all those cigarettes would calm his ass down. Maybe he should switch to weed. Something.
You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Kevin, do you have any discrepancies with the trash tier for Keemstar there?
Well, much like Joe Rogan, I was worried that Keemstar might end up on the egg list just because of,
He is bald.
certain balding factors. However,
It's true.
I think Keem is actually very self-conscious about being bald. Like, I think if you put a bunch of eggs in the lolcow chat, I think Keem would start to get upset about it.
He'd ban you.
So he's not an egg. He has not come home. It's wild, guys. There are folks who, even though nature has just taken its course, they refuse to embrace the bald and fully come home. And that's Keemstar for me. So trash.
Trash tier.
The
I like that.
insecurity is real.
Moving on to the next one here, kind of I guess he's like a Keemstar guy. He's been around him for sure. Definitely a commentary head. People know who he is. Dead on Dave. Now, I know he's done various things here and there. He's worked with Keem. He's worked with Tommy C, right?
Yeah.
He's done his own thing a little bit. Dead on Dave, for me, not a bad guy. He seems like a relatively level head dude. I think he has some issues with old freezer chili girlfriend of his. Maybe not do your show with your lady like that and like argue live like you've been. It's weird, kind of. But before the Chili Maiden joined his live streams, that's been a lately thing. I always found Dave to be like a mid-tier guy, Mid's pretty good on our list. Not a bad. I've never heard him say too of a bad take. He seems like a relatively just normal guy chatting about stuff that he likes personally. But I do have to add the whole freezer chili girlfriend discrepancy. There is a little bit of weirdness there. Jojo, what do you think? Dead on Dave.
He's a whole vibe for me.
A whole vibe. So positivity from Jojo. Are you an old fan?
We both hail from Chicago, even though he's on the East Coast now. But I've spoken with him, like I've interacted with him, so he's not only a chill dude, but I've always enjoyed his streams. He's always had quite the controversies on the streams prior to the whole Chili Gate. I like yourself, I don't understand the whole bickering bitter girlfriend arc.
It's weird.
Well,
to
I
make it
don't.
like their show.
I wouldn't
You
say
know?
it's weird. You would be surprised how many couples do this.
Mm,
On YouTube. This is a thing that couples
interesting.
do. They think that this is something that's going to give them clout, so to speak. Um, but it just what it ends up doing is it it alienates your audience because no one wants to listen to that. No, like people don't know what to do, people don't know what to say, and then if you try to chime in, you're the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't know this shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's like I mean, I guess you could say it's an arc because I thought they were broken up, but I guess they got back together. I mean,
It's a
I've
weird
heard,
thing, right?
I've heard so many things. People say that they're not together. People say that they are together. So who am I to fuck to say? But at the end of the day, like it's a bit much for me hearing them go at it like that. And I'll talk about that in my next stream. I do have a segment of theirs, so it's like
Oh, interesting.
it's gonna be an interesting breakdown with what I'm doing.
Check that out with Jojo later if you want to hear more about the Dead
Yeah.
on Dave with his chilly girlfriend arc.
Chilly girlfriend.
Kevin, you got any thoughts on Dead on Dave? He might be one of these guys that you just don't know very well, huh?
Yeah, no, this is a who for me. I won't spend much time on this one because we have another tier list member in our chat, Danny, and I think this person should also be allowed to skip the line. Liana Taylor is in the chat. Hello. And
I think
happens to also be
Liana-
on this list. So let's get her done, right?
I think
Said
Liana
hi
is
to me.
also a
What
foreigner. It might be quite late for Liana, so we could get into that if you want. That could be next. Dead on Dave lives at a mid for us and a what did you say, Jojo? You said
vibe.
a whole vibe for
Mhm.
Jojo. So positive marks for
Oh.
Dead on Dave. Let's
Speaking
get to
of Marks, apparently he does wrestling content too. I'll keep an
Yeah,
eye
he
on
he
that.
does.
Back
does
to you, Danny.
wrestling content. He likes a lot of wrestling stuff. So I
He
figured
does the 20. What is it? The 20. So 4. What is it? 2K4. What are the 20?
Oh,
24?
2K24, yep.
Yeah, he does that. He does that live. He's got his own person. Somebody made him his own wrestler. They
Just
put
like
that in
Milltown.
the-
Damn, what man, I wish my
Yeah.
mom should have named me Dave and then
Somebody
would have
made
made me
him
into a
himself
wrestler
when
by
they
now.
they put it in the game. I don't know how the fuck he got that, but
That's bullshit.
right. He's really into
I
that
thought it
kind
was
of
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
That's
Kevin.
no, that's great. I'm jealous. That's all that is. Sorry.
Dave might be a commentary guy that you should have on your radar, Kevin. He might be a guy that you'd like. Just
he
like
plays how I
Badwick.
play. Like when I play the wrestling, I'm swearing at it just like he is. So
Just like Badwick and Super Dave, I think you've got some shared interests with them, Kevin. So some of these
Oh, we
commentary
got it.
people you might like.
We got I know Sleek's a wrestling fan too, you know.
There you
We
go.
here we go. I'm feeling a panel.
Tons of them.
Feeling a wrestling panel show coming on.
But we've got Liana Taylor here now. I mean, since she's in chat, you have got to be nice, right? No. We've never. Liana, I think, is a lovely person on Twitter, also on Law Gals with Jessica Pizzle and Leia something. I like Liana, her takes most of the time. Twitter, she seems like I usually agree with what she has to say. She seems like she's got a level head on her shoulders. I know she is. What is she dating? The Worski guy, Andy Worski. That's
believe so.
interesting.
I
It
believe so.
doesn't really have an effect on my ranking for her, but that's interesting. Liana lands at an easy mid for me. I mean, like I said, mid is about as good as you can get from us unless you've collabed with us specifically. So mid for Liana Taylor is an all right placement for me. Jojo, you've got any insight on Liana? Anything I don't know?
I'm gonna have to give her a whole vibe. So I listened to her.
Nice.
I listened to her on Toxic Pipla streams when he did. I can't remember all of them. He's done so much content that I can't keep up. But he he did a couple of like game show type esque things where it was like a trivia, and it was pretty fucking hilarious to watch, to be honest with you, because half of these people don't know, and a lot of these people were from America, and the people that were overseas knew our fucking history better than us. Like, what the fuck, y'all? So I gotta give her a whole vibe because she's got a lovely voice and she's pretty fucking hilarious and she's got good takes. So I got her.
Good for Liana.
Good ranking.
Good ranking for Liana. Good grades across the board. Kevin, do you know anything about Liana that I don't?
The only thing that I had different here, Danny, is I have Liana down as a friend of the show because she's one of the few people that isn't just already in our Discord or on every single live stream that actually likes some of my tweets, and that makes me feel good about myself. It gives me the confidence that I need to come out here and talk to all of you. So you may not know it, but Liana's a producer in her own way, just for entertaining my nonsense on Twitter.
Hell
so
yeah.
Thank you so much, friend of the show or mid AF, however Danny chooses.
Shouts out to Liana.
Oh, that's right. She does play the triangle.
You
they
won
got
me
that
over.
in the chat. They've got that in the chat. I forgot about that.
You won me over, Kevin. We'll move her up just for you.
Sorry.
Shouts out Liana. Next on the list here we have the one, the only friend. I mean, I guess he's friend of the show, Def Noodles. He lands at the friend of the show tier only because he humored me with a workout stream. While he's doing push-ups and sit-ups, he decided to answer a couple of my questions on the stream for all of you out there. So I have to give him a little friend of the show. However, who knows where Def Noodles is at this point. Jojo, any thoughts on Def Noodles?
I'm gonna put him at chill.
Chill.
The fact that he shoved Salvo pancakes was pretty hilarious to me.
Yeah,
gotta say, him shoving him off like
metal as fuck.
That dude is fucking tall. I didn't realize how tall he was. Like, fuck, I'd be screwed if I was on that stage. I tried to help him. He got suspended from Twitter for like the 50-11th time.
Yeah, right.
And he was gonna do like a I guess you could say like a pay warrant, like whoever can help me gets a certain amount of money. And it was 2020, so I was like, fuck it, I need money, I'll help you. And I wasn't quick enough. And the person that helped him got his Twitter back right away, but then it got suspended again.
Oh wow.
And I just briefly put in like I said, people come to me for advice about everything, and I know how to cheat the algorithm. Mm-hmm. So I just, even though I was too slow for him, I put it in his DMs, like, this is what you're doing wrong. And he didn't like respond or anything, but he gave it a heart. So I guess he took it for what it was. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
I didn't ask for money for anything, but I clearly saw what he was doing wrong.
Kevin, I know you've got a lot of opinions on Def Noodles. Are we moving him down from friend of the show to mid? Potentially, okay?
I thought you were going to say trash.
It could even be
I'm
trash.
certainly not moving him to mid, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he likes him.
Kevin, where are we sitting?
Oh.
Shouts out to your podcast.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. With 2 G's and no X. All right. I would love to toss old Def Noodles in the trash can as if he were a plate of day-old noodles that I swore to myself I would eat when I asked the waiter to bring me back a to-go container. But
a long-ass answer.
He did do a couple of nice things for Danny, so we'll let him have Friend of the show.
Wow, I did not expect that one.
His interview did pretty well for us, so we got to give him that.
That's true.
Got to
And
give
Def,
him
Yeah.
Shout out to your YouTube channel.
that. So Def Noodles shouts out. Des, who happens to be a Noddle who Jojo didn't know who that was. So Salvo Pancake's friend Noddle, Des happens to be a co-host on Noddle's show, as well as a newly crowned producer for the Salvo Pancakes experience. Okay, she's the one handling, his socials and some of his interactions on his live streams. Even she's appearing on live streams with him. So I was requested to put Des on the list. If I have to rank Des, it would be closer to who, because I don't really know her that well. I couldn't judge her on her own merits per se, but she does happen to be a co-host for someone that's already on the trash list, as well as someone who is soon to be on the trash list, Salvo Pancakes. So Trash is the company that Des is sharing. Jojo, do you have any thoughts on Des? Or is that a who for you as well?
That's a who for me. I'm sorry. No idea who that is.
I think Kevin's right there with you. I feel like this was an obscure request.
Well,
from the
hang
audience.
on. I have seen every episode of was it Sabrina the Teenage Witch, dude? I know who that black cat is that can talk. You got to quit speaking for me, man. I'll do it for myself.
Right.
What's his name?
Yeah, I guess it is a who, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah.
You got me. When you're right, you're right.
So
Wasn't it Sam?
who? God, that's
Wasn't
a
the
good
cat's
question.
name Sam?
What the fuck was that cat's name?
That would be a good name for
Wasn't it Sam?
Let's
I feel
see.
like it was Sam, something like that.
I don't know. To be
fucking
honest with you guys,
What
I didn't watch
is
that much. I almost said Buffy the
Sabrina?
Vampire Slayer. That's how
know.
little
Oh
Sabrina
Lord,
the
I
Teenage
didn't.
Witch
That I
I
didn't
saw.
watch.
I was like, I know one of these shows has a cat in it. God damn it, I'm going in for the joke regardless.
Let's see. Sabrina the Teenage Witch's cat's name
Salem.
is Salem.
Shout out Steffi
that
and
makes sense.
Charles Barkley.
That makes sense.
Salem probably lands a little better on our list than what Des does, but Des gets the trash tier.
If you
Moving
see Des
on.
twice on your Twitter timeline, that means it's a glitch in the matrix.
You don't like a black cat to
Deja
cross
vu,
your
baby.
path, right? It's bad luck. So Des
Don't
goes
be mean
in
to the
trash.
black cat. They don't get adopted. Don't be mean to them. Not on my watch.
Fair enough. Thank you,
Don't be mean to
Jojo.
the animals. Stop it. Cruelty to animals. Stop it.
Next on the list, no cruelty to animals. Destiny, the political commentary adjacent streamer. He's always getting in beefs with these like Hassan, with these like lately he's been getting in beefs with all kinds of little commentary dudes because they've been tearing him apart about his personal relationships, yada yada. That's what the commentary community does, folks.
Yada yada.
Destiny, controversial political streamer figure online. For me, Destiny lands at a he's a mid for me. He's never done anything too egregious that I'm like, I have to completely write him off. Like he never has a valid opinion. Fuck that guy. He sits at the same kind of level as like a Hassan Piker for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to pre-rank Hassan here, wherever he is. Where's that big, dumb, ugly looking motherfucker? He's going to go on mid too, right there next to Destiny for me. They're just like another guy out there giving their take. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're agreeable. I don't think either one of these guys, Destiny or Hassan, ever has a great opinion or a terribly bad opinion. They kind of just like hit the mid epitome for me. They are mid to the max. Mid-epitome. So Jojo, this is kind of like a double stuffed answer here. Destiny and Hassan. Okay. Where are you going to land these two political juggernauts?
As far as like Destiny double stuff sounds about right, considering he sleeps with everyone he can try to fucking get his hands on.
Or he watches his wife sleep with everyone. Sorry. Go ahead. He does both,
Ex-wife.
I think. Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ex-wife.
I'm spoiling my answer, aren't I?
Yeah, that girl got away when she needed to. So
That's true.
yeah, I'm gonna have to say because again not big into politics. Don't at the end of the day, these are grifters. At the end of the day, they can't fucking take a side no matter what the fuck they say.
You
They need
are
a fucking
right.
check. They need a fucking check. It is what the fuck it is, and it's not like they stand on their fucking ground. So, yeah.
I love JoJo's answer there, Kevin. And I don't think that you're too far off of that for these two guys, Kevin. What do you think? Destiny.
Oh, two
and Hassan.
of the biggest losers I've ever had the misfortune of having to watch on
Should we boot them
my
to trash?
phone screen. I mean, you see, and this is where I was like, you know what? Just for funsies, I'm gonna have my own up here on my side because Danny and I, we're not always gonna be in sync on everything.
Right.
You know, it's just not how it goes. If two people are always in agreement, that
We
means
can move
somebody's
them to
fucking
trash.
lying. All right, someone is lying.
We can move them to trash.
I will
I'm
say this:
comfortable with that.
Hassan is exponentially worse to me than Destiny. I think Hassan is an idiot. I think he is a leftist Alex Jones who somehow manages to put even less effort into his crackpot bullshit than even Alex Jones does.
We should have put Alex Jones on this list.
If I had set the tiers, there'd be about 7, and one of them would be nuclear fallout, and Hassan would be like, Hassan is in whatever the worst ring of hell is.
Trash.
Absolutely. Like, he is the piece of gum your dipshit cousin threw in the trash when there was no bag in it. That's just been stuck at the bottom of the can now for however long because you're too lazy to do it. That is Hassan Piker for me.
This is why I need your feedback on our list here, Kevin, because I'm going to end up posting this list on Twitter eventually. And like, without your feedback, I might be accused of being like too much of a simp or something.
Well, dude, that's why
like
I'm
if
saying,
I had
like,
Destiny, if I had Destiny and Hassan at mid, people would come at me and be like, really? So it's good that you've got me I've got you to pull me back, on these grifters. And I mean, Jojo fucking scorched earth on these bitches.
I told you I got no fucks to give. Speaking of,
I love that.
I gotta quote Charles Barkley here. You live by the BPD girl, you die by the BPD girl.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right.
You're lucky I got a Latina accent.
So moving on from the political ding-dongs here, DJ Screwdriver happens to be a Twitter head that posts memes every once in a while, blah, blah, blah. Definitely a commentary guy that came on my radar because of the things that they posted on Twitter, not necessarily as much of the content like YouTube or video wise that they make. So DJ Screwdriver is more of a Twitter presence here. So that being said, very fair if people don't know who this is in the commentary community. DJ Screwdriver lands at a solid mid for me just because of the memes and the jokes and the laughs on Twitter. Jojo, do you have any differing opinions? Do you know who this is?
I'm gonna have to correct you on that. He does have a YouTube channel. He calls people out.
Oh, wow.
So he's a whole vibe for me. He calls the shit out of people.
Whoa. Okay. I love that.
So
I did not know that.
If you want to listen to content, hear him grill these commentary people, he's your guy.
Very nice. So that's great to know.
He's your guy.
DJ Screwdriver, check it out.
He poses as Marvin the Martian.
I love that. Kevin, any thoughts on DJ Screwdriver there? I don't know if you know who that is or not, or blah, 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 but what do you think?
No idea who this alleged disc jockey is, but I'm a huge fan of Marvin the Martian. I think he is
Yeah,
an underrated
that's why I wanted to watch
cartoon.
it too.
Also doesn't get
Not gonna
nearly
lie.
enough credit for his role in the first Space Jam. So yeah,
Good
Marvin the
work,
Martian
good
all
work.
goddamn day.
Love
Mid.
that. Love that. Okay, so so Marvin the Martian gets moved up. D-Max next on the list. Controversial figure. Former, now recording, co-host, Maggot Edits, Knight in Shining Armor, P-Paul Riveter's best friend online. D-Max, the Fortnite streamer, the rogue from the now recording group, the former editor of Lockout Live podcast. D-Max, where does he land for me? You know, he's sitting comfortably right behind Hassan Piker in that trash section for me, because guess what? This guy, I don't know. We've talked about D-Max enough. Holy shit, from the stealing poor old what was the guy's Twitter handle? It was Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs. How dare you, D-Max, steal Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs edit for your Locale Live edit? That is a crime. Stealing content is a crime. Spending 19 hours or whatever the fuck it was when we talked about it on editing a single episode.
I tried to do 19 hours.
Guys, which for the record,
Live.
if you looked at our thumbnail today, Danny, you can vouch for me on this. Probably one of the most that's the most people we've ever had on a thumbnail, right?
I don't know how you did that, to be honest. I applaud
yeah, well,
you.
I spent only
motherfucking people in there.
I spent only about 18 hours and 30 minutes less than D-Max did to ultimately give up on trying to do his thumbnail. So, you know, a little bit of effort, maybe a YouTube video or two can really square you away. But goddamn, yeah, sorry. You mentioned that. Oof.
I'm sorry, but I got to be brutally honest. It only takes me 15 minutes to do a fucking thumbnail.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's blind, by the way. Someone that's blind, it only takes me 15 minutes. Fuck out of here with your 3-hour bullshit.
No, so you heard it here from all of us.
Check, maybe that. I don't know. Just a little bit of advice there.
Seems like D-Max slides in comfortably in the trash category for all of us.
3 hours? Are you fucking kidding me?
Damn.
If you already know, like let's be honest. If you look at the layout, they already have a layout. If you already have your layout set up for your live, why would it take you 3 hours?
Yeah, it's very true.
The most time it's going to take, like, I'll give you that, Kevin. That's going to take you an hour because you got to find all these motherfuckers. And then you got to crop them out. And you got to, erase the background. Like, that I can understand.
Even that's only 30 minutes. And most of the time it's because I do it while I'm getting my steps in for the day. So I'm out walking around the park, got the sun in my eyes, out here trying to...
Like, that's a lot of fucking people to squeeze in.
Yeah, it still doesn't take 3.5 hours. Now I got it backwards. My earlier joke, I forgot it was 19 hours to edit a 1-hour podcast or whatever. But no, it still does. It will never. The day it takes me 3.5 hours to edit a thumbnail is the day that I am in the hospital in an unfortunate accident where someone just slammed a door on all 10 of my fingers and none of them work. And then it might take me 3 hours
you gotta count that in,
to edit a thumbnail with my nose.
8 hours for lounging around. Remember that.
Yeah, it's like he was billing Keemstar. Well, I spent like 2 hours just thinking about working on it, man. And like, that's focus time. So, I need you to pay me for that.
And as someone who edited, like, if you look at my old content, like an hour 30, hour 20 of me talking, me having to edit certain things, at the most 5 hours.
Right.
5 hours. Now for a live stream, if I'm it's only if I'm overwhelmed or if I'm on it's like a bad day for me as far as like health wise, and like I'm literally in bed. You'll like if I did a vlog, I'm like literally in bed on my iPad, going through shit, clipping things, and editing the shit out of it, and like I'm literally on my iPad. The only time I'm on my computer is the day of the live.
Right.
So worst case scenario, 8 hours for me. And for a lot of people that I talk to about this, they say that I'm the exception because I have a lot of shit to deal with as far as the vision, as far as the hearing,
Right.
as far as my health.
I mean, I would
And
get
to
that. I would
them-
understand
To
that.
them, that's bullshit that I can get it done in 4 to 5 hours. And it takes this motherfucker who supposedly isn't he like a film, like a gay film editor or film person, director, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be. He's this, epsilon. He's above everybody. He's,
Well,
uppity or whatever.
I think
And
he has.
this motherfucker takes 19 hours, but it takes little old me, who's disabled, by the way. It takes me in no fucking time. Like, come on.
Right. It does seem that he has this like better than you sort of attitude. You know what I mean? Like he thinks that he is better.
What kills me is his
than
animation. That's what kills me. This motherfucker has talent. His as an artist myself, the animation he does is fucking impeccable. So why the fuck is he wasting his talent? That's just how I see it.
Yeah.
Like people can come for me all they want. This motherfucker is wasting his fucking talent. Like what the fuck, bro?
So let's continue here. D-Max, sorry about your low ranking there. Dragon Kubo.
Sorry, not
Doug.
sorry. Fuck that.
Sorry, not sorry. Fuck that. You're right. Doug is a very well-known person through the community. I mean, I know that he's like a now recording staple kind of guy. He's floats around these sort of communities. I don't know Doug very well. Doug sits at a firm who for me because I mean, I guess I've heard of the guy before, just don't really know him very well. Jojo, you have any insight on Doug?
I'm gonna have to put him in chill. He does get a lot of slack because he tends to run from the community and then he's expected to be babied. Unfortunately, but I'm still gonna put him in chill. He's more so I think he does have his own podcast, but I have heard him on mostly K-Hut's podcast the last time I checked. But I'm pretty sure he has his own podcast the last I remembered. I haven't really kept up because he kind of goes in and out, like especially like when he gets backlash, and half the time I if I can't keep up, I'm not going to listen to the gibberish that they go on and on about. And if everybody's like, let's be honest, I'm deaf, so I can't listen to 500 fucking people screaming at each other, and then nobody even fucking knows why we're screaming. And then at the end, everybody's like, "Kumbaya," because why are we screaming? I don't fucking know. Like, bro, that's hearing I can't get back. I'm already losing my hearing. Like, bro, I'm not wasting my time. Sorry.
Fair enough. Kevin, do you have any insights on Dragon Kubo Doug of the commentary community? Probably a who for you, huh?
Like they always say on the north side when the Chicago Cubs win, fly that W, baby. Who the hell is this? I have no idea who.
There you go. There we go.
Advent just told me, Jojo, it is so hard to keep up with everyone. Well, motherfuckers, I got time. I work from home. I got time.
He's right, though.
I consider commentary my research. Anything that I listen to on YouTube, that's considered research.
Even when you have the time, though, I get it. You got the time sometimes to listen to all these folks. It's still hard to keep up with all these motherfuckers.
Well,
even when you
got
the time,
I got a good ass fucking memory, and
that's true.
I'm your girl if you need like scoop on somebody. So that's why a lot of people message me.
That's why it's so great to have you on this commentary tier list. Next up, controversial figure in the community right now, especially Ember Lily. Okay, mixed up in all this. getting money from people
I'm so
online stuff, this arguing with Huggy and Slug and Dave and everybody else and mixed up in all kinds of trouble. Where does Ember Lily land for me? Firmly in trash. Jojo, any comments on Ember Lily? Do you know anything about Ember Lily that I don't?
How much time have you got?
I mean, I know that she's been around. She's been around for a long time. She's a very controversial figure. I know that many people have opinions about her. What do you think?
Controversial is a fucking understatement. She puts herself in this drama.
Oh yeah.
A little too unstable for me. I can't listen to her fucking screaming.
Sorry. Oh, I hate it.
Sorry, like I can't. No,
I cannot do it either.
That's a waste for me. But it's the hypocrisy. You know what kills me is that people are calling her out for her hypocrisy. The girl is unstable. She's on a poly. Anybody at that? Okay, if anybody listening in the chat, if you didn't get anything out of this fucking tier list or anything out of this live, listen to me now. Anybody that's in a fucking polyamorous relationship, stay the fuck away from these people because these people are fucking unstable, unhinged. I know some people IRL. Yeah, I know some people IRL that can't get it the fuck together. They can't grow up. They can't decide on what they want. And let's be honest, if she was supposedly happy with her husband and her boyfriend, why are you screaming online? Unstable.
That's true. That's very true.
Kevin, I'm sorry, but if you had 2 men in you, you should be fucking satisfied.
You should be very happy. I would feel.
Well, I would feel very violated in that case, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, come on. If you had 2 women, you wouldn't be happy?
Well, that's a completely different story.
Okay, then. See how you lit up there? See how you just fucking lit up there, though? If you had 2 women, let's say you had a sister-wife situation, because that's basically what the fuck it is.
Yeah, right?
You wouldn't be happy? Come on, get the fuck out of here. As a straight single man,
hey, I'm moving to England because a bald dude who still refuses to shave the side of his head was voted the 3rd sexiest guy on that whole island. So I figure all I need is a little bit of money once I get over there, and I'll be fucking swimming, dude.
I wonder where the prince would land on our tier list.
Oh, Jesus.
Egg.
Egg, that's right.
Not my country, not my problem.
No, I'm right there with you. Next up on the list, interesting one to get to, Ethan Klein. Where do we set Ethan Klein on the list? I mean, how do I be impartial here? I like Ethan Klein. He'll land for a mid for me. He's never shouted us out on the show before, so I can't give him the friend of the show. He's not bald, so I can't give him the eggs, but I do enjoy his commentary. So he lands at a mid for me. Jojo, what do you think about Ethan Klein?
It's a whole vibe for me. I know that's controversial for
y'all. Vibe.
I know that's controversial for y'all.
Not for me. Not for me, girl.
No, just for me. Just for
me. Hear me out. So when the whole Trisha Paytas saga came about, okay, I understood where he was coming from because one of their frenemies podcasts I listened to, because yes, I have talked to Trisha Paytas, never talked to
Ethan. Wow. Hey, you still got that
contact? I have talked to Trisha Paytas, and I'm gonna be honest, like what he said, I totally related to when he was on that when he had that last, I think it was the last podcast where they fucking went all in and went off on each other. That was their Halloween special, whatever, right? So for him to say, I can't walk on eggshells, and if I gotta fucking walk around eggshells, you're not a fucking friend of me, you're not a friend of me, I don't give a fuck. I don't, like, I'm nothing to you. Because if I gotta fucking walk on eggshells, that's a fucking waste of time to me. That I can fuck with. That I can relate to because I know exactly how that fucking feels. Like, if I can't be myself around you, you can fuck off. Like, you give no fucking benefits to me. On top of that, I didn't appreciate the guy that is also terminal and called Ethan out for saying that he had lupus. He never said that.
He
like
was speculating.
he was just joking around, and he was like,
Right.
when you find out that you're sick, or you find out that you may have a terminal illness, humor is a way to get out of it. Like I have like a lot of people talk, like a lot of my friends, I can't, like I joke about death, I joke about basically all the shit that I've been through. Rape, suicide. I have gallows humor. Like I can joke about anything. And to the point where if my friends tell me on a certain day I'm too sensitive, please don't joke about that. I gotta like back it up a little bit, because you're gonna have a certain way of dealing with things, especially when you're on your last leg, basically. Like you're either gonna stay defeated like Boogie, or you're just gonna fucking live life to the fullest and do what you can. So that's why I fucks with him. And yeah, has he done a lot of fuck shit? Who the fuck hasn't when it comes to the commentary space, when it comes to YouTube? But I'm for his political arc, because he is really fucking good at grilling people. I'll give him that.
I like it. I love it. Kevin, what do you think about Ethan Klein? Are we bringing him down to trash tier from mid?
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
if Ethan, prepare for a rough landing, because whatever wind these two just put under your sails, I'm about to rip out from under you.
Okay.
Because I cannot stand Ethan Klein. I think he's awful. He's complete. He's trash for me. I think I don't know everything. Obviously, I don't know everything as it comes down to frenemies, but I certainly don't think there's really anyone to blame. I think they both just kind of suck. And that's what happens when you put two narcissists in a room together. They're not going to get along naturally. And also, I think Ethan himself would say, like, once he got involved with Hassan, I think he kind of quickly realized, I don't think Ethan likes the current Ethan Klein. I think he's mad that he decided to pander to a certain crowd that actually kind of hates him. How many times have we seen, oh yeah, there's no sponsors on the show today because my audience deemed me a threat to trans activism or whatever it is. His own audience will go out there and get him banned from his sponsors. And to me, it's all a grift. To me, like, that's not the dude who made all the content that got him where he was in the first place. So in my opinion, Ethan lost the plot a long time ago. And it is a bummer. It is a bummer to me, but I got to put him in the trash.
I don't judge people. So for me, everyone has their fucking grift.
That's true. Everybody online's trying to make some money somehow, aren't they?
Right. Before we move on, Carla made a comment saying that Ethan called her a whore and then he got her on the podcast. Let's be honest. If someone calls you a whore, wouldn't you avoid that person? Why would you go on the podcast? So clearly she was a little unstable herself.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin might be on to a little something there where he says they're both kind of a little unhinged and crazy. I think that we've somewhere in the midst of all of our commentary on this guy, we've probably got a good middle point for him to land. Mid seems all right for me. I think that each one of us though had a nice little point there on Ethan and good criticism.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Very good conversation there. I like that. Ethan Ralph, however, might be a little different conversation for us. Okay. Ethan Klein, one guy, Ethan Ralph, a whole another guy. Ethan Ralph, notorious for, getting beat up in Portugal by a bunch of dudes in the middle of the street. And that gif is fired of him, with his fat gut out getting beat up in the middle of the street. Ethan Ralph is just kind of like a, fireball online, catching whoever he can on fire along the way. Ethan Ralph is a good trash tier for me because this is the kind of guy, much like Salvo Pancakes, who we'll probably put in the same tier there. Just a guy online seeing who he can victimize to make money off of. If we're criticizing grifters, Ethan Klein. Freudian slip. Where's Schopenhauer? Ethan Ralph would be one of those people I
Mama,
would
we made
say.
Got Ethan Klein on the brain.
Ethan Klein on the brain. Ethan Ralph would be one of those people I'd say that like legitimately is just trying to find some desperate people online to pay for his drug habits, I guess. Jojo, any comments on Ethan Ralph?
Yeah, that's gonna be a throwaway for me. It's one thing. As much as they want to claim that he jokes about, you know, raping women and raping underage kids,
Fuck. Whoa.
a joke is different than a threat. Just saying.
Agreed. Kevin, you got any insight on Ethan Ralph that we haven't already addressed?
Just when you think I could not possibly hate a man named Ethan any more than I already do, here comes this fucking schlub. He's worse than Ethan Klein. Make
It's like-
no bones about it. This man is below Ethan Klein on my scale as well. I'll make it a point on my list. I might even make an extra like that. I feel like there's one that should be like just like I said, like nuclear. You know,
Lol cow.
this one's just sort of, you know, not even the trash, not even the land, not even you're not even good enough for the landfill, and that's where I'd put this guy. Whole segment fake news. What up,
Fake
Connor?
news. Somebody's not liking our rankings out there. Connor P. Thank
Didn't
you.
know you're an Ethan
Corn.
Ralph guy, Corn.
I must have been
Appreciate
upset
you,
about the
bud.
Ethan Ralph ranking. There. Moving on, we've got
Oh, we got an
Flatley.
Ethan Ralph dick rider. I don't know what to tell you.
Ethan Ralph Dick Rider in the chat.
I don't know what to tell you. I told you it was going to cost him. What did you call it? A bloodbath? Shit, you weren't wrong.
Let's quickly move on. Flatley, okay.
They shouldn't care what the fuck we think. I'm just saying. They're
That's
gonna,
true.
but they shouldn't.
That's true. Flatley is the new host of Turd Island after Badwick, who had ran it for the most of the time. Flatley also has another podcast with a couple of these guys, Burn and Chthonic Echo or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Flatley just basically does a show online where he has people come on and scream at the top of their lungs at each other. Based, I don't know. Flatley lands at a mid for me. Not offensive, particularly to me, but also just I don't know. I haven't enjoyed Turd Island as much since Flatley took it over. Just being honest, okay? Jojo, I'll let you give your little take here, and then Kevin, you can follow up with that. I will be right back.
I mean, certain Turd Islands I can listen to, and then a lot of the times I gotta skip it. It's just easier on me if I can skip it, because if they're ranting about the same fucking thing for like 20-30 minutes, you can skip that shit. And by the time you get, extended 30 minutes, they're finally talking about something else. I could go either way. I mean, I'm not picky. Like, I enjoyed it when Badwick had it, and then I still enjoy it now that Flatley has it. I'm gonna give Flatley a whole vibe only because he's very entertaining. I don't just listen to Turd Island. I listen to his streams. I listen to his takes. Him literally demolling Peepaw was hilarious for me. I wasn't expecting him to basically tell Peepaw to, like, bro, what, like, they kept saying Peepaw L, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you apologizing? Why are you even here? Like, this shit was hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give him a whole vibe because I pretty much enjoy it. I have been given incentive to go on Turd Island. I don't know why. Probably because of my take. Probably because I have no fucks to give. And probably because I can give you an answer besides dumb cunt and retard. But
yeah,
the
right.
only reason I haven't gone on Turd Island, I mean, whether it was Badwick's or because I was also asked to be on that one when he had it, um, and people have been pushing for me to go on Flatley's. The only reason I'm not really. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just I got no bones to pick with anybody. Like the whole point of it is a pylon. That's kind of the whole gist of
Right.
Turd Island.
Right.
And if I don't have a bone to pick with you, unless people start shit, even if people start shit with me, like I'm gonna be basically like I have a way of tuning people out. So people are gonna be like fucking screaming at me, and then they're gonna be asking me questions. I'm gonna be like, okay, what? Like I can totally tune all that out. That's the fucked up part is them piling on and them screaming. I guess because I'm good at confrontation and I'm used to confrontation, and a lot of these people aren't. So yeah, I don't know if it's something that I would go on. I mean, if it's like a chill stream, maybe. But what the fuck is that ever?
Well, yeah, I mean, they've talked. Badrick wants us on Wall Smasher sometime. That seems a little bit more tame than Turd Island because that is just
Not
like a
necessarily though, depending on the
complete.
topic.
I mean, you're right. You're right because it's a lot of people on there too. But Turd Island can tend to be like 20 people on a fucking call and be an absolute shit show. At least I guess that
Yeah,
Wall Smashers is like limited
I
to a few
I
people, but
I
I
can't
agree
keep
with you.
up. I
I
can't keep
agree.
up, and me being deaf, like my supporters are not gonna have it because it's an insult to scream at someone who's deaf. That's an insult. So my supporters aren't gonna have it, and I don't want their streams to get canceled. I'm not gonna be offended, but people that are disabled are gonna be offended for me. And
Right.
I'm not gonna get their shit canceled because they don't know the fucking etiquette. That's all it is.
Right.
It's just fucking etiquette. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not it's like I don't get insulted at all when they say spur because I prefer spaz, but
Mm.
like I don't get insulted when they joke about the salacious shit they joke about. It's just the people that I worry about are the people that support me or people in general that support others that are disabled. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's my only concern is that I don't want I don't want them to get canceled. I want that shit to continue. So, it gave me something to listen to. Not gonna lie.
Right. I agree. I agree. It's always fun to listen to some of the people,
Yeah.
screaming their thoughts out. So Flatley lands at a good mid for me. Now I'm going to this might be controversial, but we're honing in on 3 hours here.
Jesus.
So I want to give us some time to talk about some of the more, well-known figures here. So I'm going to kind of speed run a little bit. And if you guys have any sort of hiccups with my speed run, or maybe you want to throw something in here, you can. I'm going to leave, like I said, some of the more bigger figureheads for us to actually talk about, but I'm going to speed run a few here. So like people like Given Ant, I feel like relatively not controversial guy. Might say the N-word too much on Twitter, but I won't hate on him too much for that. I mean, you better clear that up a little bit, buddy. You're still young though, so I have hope for
Yeah,
you.
I guess.
Jojo, thoughts? Okay. Give an ant. What do you think?
I'm just gonna give chill. Like, I mean, y'all can give the excuse to use the N word on a young person, but that's
I
all
mean,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say.
think it's a good excuse that he is a young guy saying the N-word just flippantly, whatever, like it's cool or something. I don't think it's a good excuse. I just think it is the excuse, I guess. The naivety of being a
Is it
young
though?
guy. I don't know. What do you chalk it up to? Or I guess I could just say what it is face value and that he's a racist freak for saying it. That's
Maybe
a
he
good
likes
one.
the word.
Too.
I don't know. Shit, you don't fucking know.
We don't condone the N-word online, okay,
Yeah.
folks?
Yo,
Chill
no
it
shit.
out.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, now that you say that, we're bringing it down to trash. And you ditch the N-word a little bit, we'll bring you up from trash, okay? Grimm's List, another just like Twitter poster kind of guy. He seems pretty mid to me. I don't know, Jojo, if you have any pointed.
That's a who for me.
It's
Sorry.
a who for
Don't
you,
know.
probably a who for Kevin too, right?
No fucking idea.
Grimm's List. You have any idea?
No
A
fucking
who
idea.
for Kevin too. So we'll just leave him at mid there. Got Huggy. We'll talk about him. Jay Aubrey. I don't know if any of you guys are a fan of Jay Aubrey. He's like a commentary video kind of guy. He'll talk about all kinds of different people. He's got a pretty good video style for me. I enjoy it. He's gonna hit mid for me. Jojo, do you have any thoughts on
That's
Jay
a chill
Aubrey?
for me.
Chill for you. Very nice.
it's
I
a
think
good
he makes
listen.
some good content. Yes.
Good listen. Yeah.
Kevin, thoughts on Jay
Yeah.
Aubrey?
Big fan of the content that I have seen. Had maybe the best Yay documentary I've seen on YouTube. So.
Very good. That's like a long ass documentary, yes, but it is a very good, thoughtful, extensive view on the Kanye stuff. I do enjoy that. You're good to call that out, Kevin. Jay Aubrey, good guy. So let's keep going here. Jessica Pizzle will stop and talk about her for a second. Josh, Keffels, K-Huck cast. There's a quick one. K-Huck. Well, maybe it's not a quick one, but it's a good one to get to because I know that Jojo has had her experience with K-Huck. Personally, I have not. K-Huck to me seems pretty not offensive, a mid-tier kind of person. They wanted to have us on the show way back when Maggot was doing a show with K-Huck. So we could have been a friend of the show at some point. We never went there, but K-Huck for me will fall at a just inoffensive mid. Don't hate her. Don't I mean, obviously we haven't collaborated, so there won't be any friend of the show favors from me. But Jojo, what do you think about K-Huck?
I mean, to be fair, my shenanigans were with Maggot. And while they didn't do research on my channel and what I do, my audience didn't appreciate them on. So that's why I had to apologize the following stream. I got no ill will towards her. But I hate to say it, but I got to side eye her.
Side eyeing the K-Huck.
I got no ill will towards her.
There you go. Fair enough. Kevin, any thoughts on K-Huck cast?
No, I would leave it where you have it. When you guys see my post, you'll see a lot of people that Danny has given maybe a mid to. I just put as a who, because just because I know you exist doesn't mean I know enough about you to make any sort of assessment. And I just say that to anyone, if you might be offended by the who, welcome to the party, pal. I think I've only ever been listed as a who on these commentary tier lists. So suck it up, Buttercup. You'll be all right. But it's not more like, who the fuck is this? I've never heard of this person. It's more of, I genuinely don't know. And I'm not about to put somebody on the list. I'm not going to call anyone trash just because I don't know if they're actually good. So I've been a little more liberal with my use of the who column, Danny. Mine's already on its second row. So
so let's move on to somebody adjacent, like close to K-Huck then, okay? More talking here. Maggot Edits, okay? K-Huck and Maggot used to do a show together. Maggot is on this list, honestly, because of that. You know, she used to have a show where she gave her own thoughts voiced by herself. You know, she was on a show. She was a content creator, you could say, at some point. She's mostly a Twitter head now, especially after the D-Max P-Paul controversy or whatever. But Maggot Edits is on our tier list, and I will rank Maggot a mid right next to K-Hutcast. She did reach out to us to do the show, do her show. So I thought that was cool that she at least considered us a person in a group in the commentary community. We were considered by somebody. So that ranks her a little bit higher for me. I don't know if I necessarily agree with all this D-Max P-Paul nonsense. I mean, I would say, I said I don't know. I do know. I don't agree with Riveter and D-Max on that whole Magnetar situation. So that does bring Maggot down a little bit for me. But I will say, in Maggot's defense, Maggot was one of the only ones in the controversy with her and D-Max and P-Paul and Magnetar that actually remained as a presence on Twitter. She stayed there. She might have bitched at people behind some blocks or whatever, or bitched, in some sort of fashion that you didn't like, but she didn't totally run away and disappear at the face of controversy. So I have to give Maggot a little ups in comparison to Riveter and D-Max. Jojo, where do you think Maggot lands on your list?
Side-eye.
Side-eye.
Yeah, she's gone back and forth because she now wants to claim the tipster view of commentary that it's toxic, yet she fucking thrusted in that fucking thing.
I think
So
you're right.
She can't talk shit and say it's toxic. I don't know why I was in commentary. Really, you're toxic yourself, and you're going back and forth on. You're taking back all your words. They're eating that shit up right now, and I can guarantee that when she's still getting into shit with other people, as far as like Matt Pitt and stuff like that, and people calling her out on her lies.
Oh yeah.
So her shit stirring isn't stopping. Like she's true to her name. What is a little maggot? It's like, come on.
I never liked the name. I've told Maggot that
there's a reason for that though. Like what is something that's a little maggot? Like what is a maggot? Something that's fucking annoying, something that's gonna fucking drive you insane. She's true to her fucking name.
I love
pick
that.
their usernames for a reason.
Hey,
think about that.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. I've always told Maggot that since like back in the day when Maggot would watch some of our streams and she'd be like, hey, weird bald guys or whatever, she's always like kind of watched and said, a few things here and there in the crowd, which I appreciate her for. But I think all of your criticism,
I've seen her call you guys losers, so if
are
that's something
valid.
you appreciate, by all means.
Hey, well, when I will admit, when she was on the show with you and you guys had your little podcast, there was a little controversy where me and Kevin were thrown under the anti-commentary bus. I don't know if I like that.
You can thank her for that.
Because I don't think that we're, well,
I, on the other hand, will wear it like a badge of honor.
And I called her out where she needed to fucking be called out. So.
Well, maybe there's a little something to it, but I don't know. When they say anti-commentary, there's a certain group of people that they mean when they say that. And I don't think that Kevin and I fall in that group of people.
You guys are adjacent, though, because we don't just talk about commentary people.
Exactly. Like, I don't think we're anti.
I'm not even
I just think we're
commentary
like
at all. I'm considered as much commentary as I do. I'm not even considered that. I'm considered a podcast adjacent.
The only time I do commentary is every Saturday night on either pay-per-view or calling a Lima Warriors football game. All right, that's commentary.
But you're
play-by-play commentary.
But you're like a legit commentator. You're not this bullshit online.
There you go, Kev.
Grifting arc that they got going on here. You're like a legit.
Right?
You actually, that's like an actual hustle for you.
Yeah.
It's a nice little. Hey, you keep John Anik, keep my seat warm, you bald bastard. All right, I kid. He's handing the torch off to another baldy. Your legacy's safe with me, John.
Funny.
Joe, you better watch yourself, pal.
All right, so let's move it along here. There's Maggot's little segment there. I just want to I want to get to some of these hotter takes, is honestly what it is. I see Jojo down here, and it's just an injustice not to pull Jojo straight up to the eggs. We know where Jojo sits, right next to the two eggs themselves. Okay. Jojo's right there up in the eggs. We'll put her right there. I don't think there's any deliberation needed. Let's get to some of these other folks. Okay, Now Recording. Let's talk about Now Recording. That's a big figure in the commentary community. One of the staples that we need to get to. Now Recording for me sits in the right next to Maggot, I guess, mid tier. Now Recording has reached out to me before. Matt Pitt reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to come on and argue with Tipster?" And that didn't work out one way or another. We've never really been approached to be on Now Recording other than that, and that was like towards our start here. So I didn't really know what to expect when Now Recording approached me and Kevin to bitch at Tipster on one of their shows. I was kind of like, well, what does that mean? I don't even know who you guys are or what this is.
I almost certainly said no fucking way. Would be my if Danny brought it to me, I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. Just being honest, just well, if that's
okay.
you know what I mean. Like Danny knows. Like I was a little less open to some of these things early on, right? Like it's no joke. Go back and watch. If you go watch season 1 and season 2, you'll know the difference between that bald bastard looking at you, the imposter, and the guy that's here now. I was a little iffy about some of this, right? I guess scared. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it, but I was all like, oh yeah, I don't want to get on somebody else's show. We had probably done our first shout out around then, and that didn't go super well. So I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to interact with other people right now. So no, some of that I think would be on me, because yeah, there was a couple of times I think Danny was like, we should do this thing. And I'm like, nah, fuck that, bro. I don't want to do that.
Hey, fair enough. That's how we keep each other balanced here, Kevin. That's why I enjoy you so much as a co-host. Jojo, what do you think about the Now Recording crew? Where do they land on your list?
I mean, I'm going to have to, before I get into it, like, to be fair, Kevin, I'm going to say that you're the exception when it comes to Danny trying to do interviews or trying to get on certain people's radar, because you have a brand to protect. You have your own shtick. So if you have your own thing, you don't want to derail your reputation. Which,
I mean, that's definitely a thought. Yeah, for sure.
Which is fair, and that's what it stemmed from. I think I was admittedly
I'm the same way.
I'm
definitely the same way when it comes to my brand. So fair is fair. So I can get where you're coming from. The other people that are terminally online, like, they don't fucking get that, especially if you have like an actual job that you're trying to protect, and like something you fucking built from the ground up. Like, it's different for us, and I've explained this on K-Huck and Maggot, like their podcast. Like, I basically said that us three are not going to give two fucks about other people's opinions, especially when it comes to commentary, because we got our own fucking shit. We got our own lives. We're not going to be attached to all the bullshit, because what the fuck do we need to be?
I mean, I think that's where a lot of these people fail. Like, that's where
they don't understand it.
That's where they're worse at doing this kind of thing online. It's because they're like so deeply, like, every aspect of their life is invested in this whole
the attachment. It's
commentary shit.
They need to worship, something they need to like belong to, and it's
they don't have a different life, anything outside of it. So they become way more obsessed with it. It is a phenomenon with some of these people in this community.
So that's where I can understand Kev's take on that, because that's pretty much where I am, depending on who I want to. And I'm also looking out for other people. Why I'm a little hesitant to go on Third Island, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a fucking shit show, and I'm gonna zone out, and they're gonna take it as an insult that I'm zoning out. But that's how I deal with shit.
Right.
Like, you're not giving me anything. Like screaming at me, that's not a feedback. That's nothing.
Oh no. Yeah. I don't.
As far as now recording, um, I've been following them since they were on Toxic Pit Clubs when he started the whole thing, because it was
Right.
the originator was Toxic, and my friends get mad because they don't like a lot of the jokes that they make, but my friends say that I'm biased because Toxic is. Yeah, I don't know what he considers himself. Every disabled person has their own identifier. I don't know if he considers himself blind. I don't know if he considers himself visually impaired. So
Right.
I'm not gonna say what he is.
He's missing an eye, right? And then Matt Pitt is missing a leg.
Well, he's considered both. He's considered, that's why him and Matt Pitt get along, because he's considered an amputee, and he's
Okay.
also considered blind or visually impaired, however he wants to place that. But that's not for me to say what he is, because I don't know what he identifies as.
Right.
But I have like shot the shit with Tactic and fucked around with Matt Pitt, because they like to see him squirm, and it's fucking hilarious. So I like doing that shit to him. But again, they think that I'm biased because me being disabled myself, and I don't let that define me. Just like clearly they don't let that shit define them either. And to me, it's like a all around good thing, because you've got the opinions of someone that's from South Africa. I call Beavers Nigel Thornberry because that's who he sounds like from the fucking Wild Thornberries. If you guys,
Right.
can remember back from Nickelodeon days.
For sure.
And Mitch is a fucking character. Like, I prefer him on because he makes the stream a lot funnier.
So I think that is a definite plus of their whole show. It's kind of like they've got
I like the different takes, yeah.
personalities. That's
You
for
got
sure.
Australia, you got South Africa, and you got
I would like them a lot more if they were all on camera, because then I would know who is who. But me being a guy, like, I'm not a day oneer. You know what I mean? So like
you can distinguish their voices easily, though. Like, even though I'm deaf, I have to rely on it's called echo memory, which means you have to really listen in and try to distinguish their voices.
I think that you can, certainly. If you like listen to them enough, you can kind of tell.
But it's not like Kurt Island where they're like screaming at each other and like going off. So you just gotta take the time.
There is a difference, exactly. There is a big
take the time to listen.
But yeah, now recording kind of lands at a mid for me. They're all right. I don't hate.
Yeah, that's a whole vibe for me, but only because I've been a day oneer.
So. And I feel that. I just
don't comment because a lot of the commentary people, I don't comment on their channels at all, because I always get like backlash and ridiculed because I'm not dick riding.
Exactly. Hey, I feel that. Here, let's see if we can get a couple more of these in. I don't think we're going to end up getting to everybody because I don't want to keep everybody for too long. I mean, 3 hours at this point is a fucking crazy stream, but I want to get to some of the more important ones. Parking Tigers is going to land at a friend of the show for us because he's made tons of stuff, for us on the show, songs, stuff in the background, fun stuff. He definitely helps out with the show and is a good guy that's always around in the chat and yada yada. But he's also a controversial commentary guy. And Jojo, I wanted to know what your thoughts are on Parking Tigers.
Well, if you must know, that's a side eye for me. That's a side eye for me. Sorry, like to put it quickly and gently, as gently as I can. I mean, I'll give him props. If it wasn't for Parking Tigers following me last year, I never would have found you guys.
Okay, interesting.
So if he never would have followed me, like when he followed me, I was like, why the fuck are you following me? I'm not even commentary.
Interesting. And that's how he led you to us.
Yeah. Well, he was sharing your guys' stream, so that's how I found you guys.
Wow.
And then, but the reason I side eye him is because he's literally like, this dude has never interacted with me, and the one time you interact with me, you want to fucking go off on me over some dumb shit over fucking Super Day. You're literally yelling at me on Twitter with all caps, like, bro, calm the fuck down. If you want to say shit, my DMs are open.
I feel that now,
that's all I'm
though.
gonna say.
After your description of Parking Tigers, I almost feel like he's even more deserving of our friend of the show because he led you to us.
I'll give him that, but that's all he's getting.
There you go.
Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have caught a straight from fucking Maggot. Like, come on.
Well, fair enough. I love that. Kevin, any thoughts on Parking Tigers? Are you going to bring them down to the mid for us?
You know, so this is a literal split for me because Kevin has Parking Tigers listed as a friend of the show, but I will tell you something. Cosmic Jive, not as much. Cosmic Jive is very threatened by Parking Tigers.
Ooh, yeah, they
and
think
the
I
fact
put you out of business.
that he keeps coming at that opening segment with all this AI music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, bro, I'm struggling enough to make ends meet here. Can you let me have the first 3 minutes of the show? This isn't me talking. This is Cosmic Drive talking. I got to deal with this all the time. This guy's blowing me up constantly. Like, what the fuck's it's not my fault I can't write lyrics. Why does this guy got to outshine me with his AI raps? I don't understand. So I'm gonna mark it down as a solid friend of the show, and we'll just CJ, he'll just calm down. He'll be fine. He'll be all right.
So Parking Tigers there. Let's see. Peepaw Riveter. I know where a lot of us think about Peepaw. Peepaw for me, he's an easy watch in the morning. I have to admit that sometimes he'll either
trying to go back to sleep.
Hey, listen to me for a second.
I'm sorry.
Peepaw sometimes will have an interesting guest on, or an interesting topic that he's talking about in his morning show. And I think that he is the kind of guy where he's not too offensive to listen to, talk through a subject. You know what I mean? Like, some of these motherfuckers in commentary, dude, are like this high-pitched 100-mile-per-hour, I cannot listen to what the fuck you're saying kind of people. And Peepaw is an older gentleman, and I just think that he's a little bit more articulate and easier to listen to than some of these fucking crazy people. However, that doesn't absolve Peepaw from all of his drama with D-Max and the defending of D-Max and how pathetic all that shit went and how his YouTube shit kind of blew up nuclearly because of all this D-Max and Magnetar beef. Plus the Peepaw to begin with, that whole name. I mean, I know that Kevin has a lot of issues with that. It's kind of a weird thing.
Everyone should.
So Riveter will sit at a mid for me. I don't hate him. I don't hate any of these people. Let's be real. I don't hate anybody. I don't care about half of these people, really. But I don't dislike Riveter as much as I dislike somebody like D-Max. I feel like D-Max sits on his high horse and he's like, fuck you, I'm better than you kind of guy. Thinks that he's a lot of holier than thou a little bit. He knows better than you. I don't feel like Peepaw acts like that forwardly as much. But Peepaw, mid for me. Jojo, what do you think about Peepaw?
I'm side-eyeing that dude.
Is it the Peepaw or is it because of something else?
Yeah, my fucking Peepaw.
Thank
I don't. That's a little. I don't do the creepy shit. Sorry.
You agree with Kevin then on the whole Peepaw is like, what the fuck are you using?
I haven't had grandparents. I think the last grandparents that passed away from me were 2007. So, and he's white, so that shit don't mix.
At whatever time you discern that the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus are not real, though that's around the age you should stop calling any grandparent Peepaw or Meemaw, which is why the name is inherently creepy. I've never met anyone, even old enough to be in elementary school, that still calls their grandpa Peepaw, dude. It's the weirdest. All of the words in the entire English language, and that's how you chose to represent yourself. It wasn't my turn, but you know where I'm putting him, Danny.
Yeah, in my culture, we don't do all that.
All right, so
we don't do all that. But the reason I'm side eyeing him, is because it's just weird to me that he calls D-Max his son, and they're
that is weird,
quote unquote besties, right? And they text each other every fucking day. But the fact that you gave, you're giving D-Max a pass, but you threw away Dead on Dave. You threw away that guy for what?
It is interesting.
I didn't appreciate him throwing Dead on Dave away, because he was an editor and he was on his show. He was helping him out, and then he threw him away because why? Because everybody was calling him racist.
Well, he worked for Dave, right? And worked with Dave, whatever, and with Tommy C, right? Both of them. He was kind of like a background, the
only one that I know of is that he was helping Dead on Dave, and Dead on Dave helped out Tommy C.
So yeah, I mean, I was aware that he had worked with at least, Dave.
So that's why I'm side-eyeing him, because he threw a whole friendship away, and for what? But you couldn't do the same for D-Max?
Weird.
I mean, yeah, that's your friend, but call that shit out for what it is.
Apparently, I've been corrected. Apparently, Peepaw is a perfectly reasonable thing to call your grandpa in the hillbillies.
Well, they're really yelling
in the hills of the South.
Well, y'all are white, so that's not on me.
They're really yelling at you.
Prosecute you for marrying your cousin should not be the standard bearer for the rest of us. Everyone, thank you. I'll go back on mute.
It's funny that they're all going after Kev. They're like, come on, Peepaw. Peepaw is not that bad. Peepaw is common in the South.
I'm the weird one.
I'm
You're not.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Kevin.
I'm not white, so again, I guess I can't have a take on that. I'm not white, so we don't fucking call her.
All my grandpas are dead as fuck, and none of them were a Peepaw, whatever. Okay, I never had.
We didn't even say grandma or grandpa. We just said abuelito or abuelita.
Right, completely.
I call my grandpa. I called him sir, and I never looked him in the eyes. All right,
that's actually more common too. Now that you say that, I'm sorry, but Peepaw was never a common thing for me, and sir was more respectable. That was a way to respect your elders.
Oh, for sure.
So I'll give you that, Kevin.
Peepaw.
Advent, you're fine. I'm just a self-loathing hillbilly. You can take Billy out the hill.
Rivet's core.
Let's get to some of these.
Fuck it.
Let's get to some of these more controversial figures. Salvo Pancakes, folks. Salvo Pancakes, the degenerate of the internet, the fucking I don't know, what do you call him? He loves to be embarrassed. It's a
humiliation ritual.
They say they put you through these rituals, but
he puts himself through it. He puts himself
through it. He has a fetish. Specifically, Salvo has a fetish for humiliation. He does not only like to put himself out online and embarrass himself with like beating up his dad or divorcing his wife or kissing Edwin or
not shaving that bald ass head.
Or not shaving his dumb receding hairline. He's got all kinds of things going on. But the humiliation fetish doesn't stop at him and him humiliating himself. But then he also gets people like Des and like Sin to go on his streams and then do stuff like Sin has to smash eggs against the wall, raw eggs, and lick them off. and then smash raw eggs on her chest and on her face and on her head and in her boobs and in her pants
I'm honestly a little
on their
disappointed
streams for
Sin
their
didn't make this
amusement.
list
Does she get
because she
paid
was
for
going to
that,
get
at least?
egged here from me.
That
Is there an incentive to that? Because
Guess
I
what?
don't buy it that she just does it willy nilly.
I have no proof that she's getting paid or not for any of this. I can't say.
There's
But I
got to
would
be an
be-
incentive to that.
I would bet my Matt Pitt's missing leg that this motherfucker is
my
not. He's not paying Sin to smash these eggs on the wall or on her head or in her undies or whatever. He's not paying her
God.
shit. Okay, he's not paying her
Damn.
shit. That's just my take. I don't know. Jojo, do you have any differing opinions on Mr. Salvo
Oh
Pancakes?
Lord, I wanted to kill Keemstar for making me do a fucking deep dive on Mr. Pancake Man, because I did do a stream on him. A whole last stream dedicated to that motherfucker.
Really? Yeah.
It's on my channel.
Hell yeah.
It's on my channel. Like, I'm gonna have to put him in only
That's
because
better.
like, I feel like he did get the short end of the stick because he grew really fast in commentary. He got what he wanted, and then he self-sabotaged.
And he realized
yeah.
he
Him
didn't
and
have what it
Keemstar are
took
no
to
different from each
continue
other.
that.
As much as they claim they hate each other, they're really no fucking different as far as personality-wise.
I'd
They're
say
really no different from each other. If you
Fair
literally,
point.
because again, I had to do a fucking deep dive. If you
Fair.
look at how their personalities are and, like, quote unquote past traumas or whatever, the insecurity, the self-sabotage, it made sense why they did a show together.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that shit wasn't gonna last because one of them was gonna, like, kill or be killed type of mentality.
Yeah, they weren't all coming out of that one alive, huh?
That didn't end well. But as much as I was pissed off at Keem for making me fucking do a deep dive, I don't know. Like, that dude is just fucking. He's too all over the place for me. Just,
I'm with you.
I don't fucking know anymore. Like,
Kevin?
I can't keep track. I can't keep track. He gets suspended. He, loses his channel, or he doesn't go live, or like. I gave up after a while.
He's been through a lot of channels, been through a lot of controversy, been through a lot of bannings, been through a lot of this and that.
He's very entertaining. I'll give him that. He's entertaining, and again, got a fucking talent, and I just hope he doesn't fucking waste it. Let's just hope it's not another fucking DMAX situation.
Right. Kevin, any thoughts on Salvo Pancakes?
No, I would not waste my precious brain cells thinking about him. No, absolutely not. Moving on.
Well, guess what?
Shave your head and come home, but you still should shower more. You can avoid the showers that you're already avoiding without it being so noticeable if you just shave your head, but also just bathe more. That's all I got to say.
Ew. Kevin, so you might not have had a lot to say about Salvo. I mean, it's kind of obvious what we think at this point of Salvo, but I'm going to put you on the spot here and let you open up on this next one. Where are we putting Mr. Slug Entertains, the other coolest Kev,
who
on our list? Now, you might say who, but I know better than that. I would assume that Slug, Mr. Kevin, the other Kevin.
Don't you fucking dare call him that again.
I would assume that this guy lands straight on our trash tier. I'm only taking it as my opinion. I mean, after the fake girlfriend shoe throw.
No, it's opinion of all the Kevins.
And the this and the that, the multiple pedo pedo accusations of anyone that decides to say anything differently than what Slug has to say. I mean, Slug lands at a nice, comfortable trash tier for me, but Kevin, convince me otherwise if there is another tier that we need to stick fellow Kevin in.
Well, let me ask the audience, where would you guys put a fellow content creator that after, I don't know, Danny asking him nicely around a baker's dozen times, hey, man, this is our Discord. Can you stop spamming every time you go live in our main channel? We legitimately have a self-promo channel. You can post it 4 times a day over there, but this is the Clout Route Discord, not Slug's Discord. So stop fucking posting your bullshit in our main chat. And that was just the start of it. That was before I knew anytime anyone disagrees with him, he calls them a pedophile, that he had a made up sister, that he will claim, oh, so-and-so sexted my sister. What's proof? I don't need fucking proof. I'll just say this because you disagree with me. That was before the fake girlfriend with the shoe that hit him in the head. No, we all know how much I despise every other being on this planet with the name of Kevin, because there can only be one. But this is beyond that. All right. This is beyond it, Slug. Come on. You disrespected our Discord, and that place is sacred ground, right, Danny?
That's exactly right. Jojo, any thoughts on Slug? I'm curious to think to hear what your opinion is on such a guy.
I'm sorry, I got that image I can't get that image out of the fucking shoe hitting him. Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch.
I can't.
She goes to another school.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I didn't know where to put him because he's just an advocate for being not only a shit stir, but he's also an advocate for like he's self-admitted, I'm a fucking asshole and I'm gonna fucking dox you if I need to. I'm gonna make your life a living. What does he call himself? A life ruinator or some shit like that? Something
yeah, something like that. Yeah, he
I
always goes on about the life
fucking know.
ruination or whatever. Yeah.
But I guess I'm gonna have to put him at side-eyeing. But it's kind of weird.
Definitely.
I didn't know where to put him because when I listened to him go on everybody's stream, it's kind of weird to me that you're a self-proclaimed asshole and you're a piece of shit. Again, self-proclaimed. His words, not mine.
Right.
So while you're saying this, you want people to like you. Like, he was asking a bunch of people on, what was it, Turd Island? And he was saying, well, why do you feel that I'm a horrible person, or I'm like, bro, you just self-admitted it. Like, what the fuck?
Right. I mean, I can't say.
It's just fucking weird to me that he wants to be an asshole and wants to dox people and wants to do all this salacious shit and stand on his ground and be on his sour pancakes arc, but at the same time you want people to like you and you care about other people's opinion. Like, that's a little confusing to me. I wanted to put him in but gonna have to side-eye him because I can't do wishy-washy people.
Right. I mean, me and Kevin have never had a particular actual beef with him personally.
I've never interacted with him, and I was shocked that he didn't call me out when he clipped that part of the stream of K-Hux when she had that guy on there that was an open doxer and a self-proclaimed doxer, and that was a whole fucking shit show. And I was talking to that guy. I was in the stream, so I was talking to the guy too. So I was shocked that he didn't name me or anything, because people were claiming that, oh well, he's gonna get you next, or you need to be careful because he's talking about you. I'm like, why are y'all lying? Because he didn't mention me at all. Which I was surprised because everybody was talking shit, and I'm like, I can't I can't do the all the fucking shenanigans because like I don't have time to waste, and I'm not gonna fucking waste it on people claiming that they're talking shit about me. And if they do, they do. Like, what do you want me to do? Not my job to make you like me.
That's right.
What do you want from
You
me?
don't. You either do or you don't. You're along for the ride or you're not.
Right.
So
yeah,
there you go.
I just don't understand that, dude.
I think we're all on the same page there. Let's see some more big figureheads here. Tipster, you know, potentially maybe once upon a time if the tides would have turned differently, Tipster might be a friend of the show. He might have been one of the guys. I mean, he was one of the people in commentary early on that I had talks with of coming on the show, doing a nice interview, whatever. It's just slowly but surely he kind of, decided that wasn't something he wanted to do. Then he blocked me randomly eventually. So, Tipster, not a friend of the show, unfortunately, landing his lolicon loving ass right in the trash. Jojo, any
Not
thoughts
the lolicon
on Tipster? Were you a fan ever?
I did talk to Tipster, yes.
So I mean, I would talk to him too. I was friendly with him.
I mean, they didn't consider me as a goth mommy because I don't look goth. So they didn't consider me a goth mommy. Yes, I was a fucking member, so fucking shoot me. I was a member many, many fucking moons ago. And I did talk to him for a while. Like, I basically called him out on his shit when Salvo Pancakes. This might be a bit of a lore, but I did call him out on his shit when Salvo was basically making fun of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, I basically told Stipster that's not what that is. He's not judging your wife. He's not talking shit. As someone who is terminal and who isn't a full-time user of the wheelchair, I'm part-time. Yes, that's a thing. But I told him, you gotta stop this shit because Salvo didn't do anything wrong. It's a fucking observation. What he said was an observation. So you're gonna have to get it the fuck together. Stop posting your wife, and then you won't have any fucking problems.
That's true.
So he was like, I appreciate, you're like, he could take criticism as long as you were fair with him. So I gave him that. But I also have to disavow him as a Latino because Mexicans don't say yikes, okay? Mexicans do not say yikes. That's for white people.
Yikes is for white people. That's an interesting one. I gotta remember.
Yeah,
that.
Mexicans don't say yikes, so I gotta disavow him. You're gonna have to give me your fucking Latin card because you pretending to be a fucking gangster. We know you're not a fucking gang member. We know you don't even a fucking affiliate. Okay, we fucking know. We're all aware. Because let's be honest, a real gang member, whether they're Latin kings, whether they're fucking vice lords, like I can name a whole fucking bunch of people. They're not for the trans people, and they're not for fucking lolicons. Let's be honest. It's a whole fucking grid.
Right. No, okay. I agree.
So it's a whole fucking grid. And after he befriended Keffels, I have had my run-ins with Keffels, yes. I kind of got into it with her in the DMs. For her, I basically called her out for, y'all call it suicide baiting. I call it tricking. Because that's bullshit. I know that a lot of y'all didn't catch that at the beginning of the live, but I am considered a part of the mental health field. Even though I don't have a license, I am accredited. So for someone to trick you like that and cry wolf as far as suicide baiting, I don't put up with that shit. So I have had my tips with her, and I basically disavowed and called out Tipster a lot when he was crying wolf. I call it crying commentary because again, the whole arc of commentary is toxic, but you didn't say all that when you were in commentary with bullshit and
Right.
bullying other people like you claim that they do to you. So again, had to call him out, and once he befriended Keffels and I had my run, I basically threw that motherfucker off.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
I hate to say that because I prefer to support my Latinos because we don't get any fucking slack at all. We're fucking non-existent. We're the lowest of the low in y'all's eyes. Like not anybody here in the chat or any of you guys,
Right.
but I'm saying like in America.
In the zeitgeist,
So to
right.
speak.
I
Even though
get
it
what
was
you're saying.
America originally, now it's America. So it is what the fuck it is. But yeah, I have to throw them away, even though it hurts my heart because it's hard enough for Latinos to catch a break when it comes to any kind of career we try to endure in and slay in, and then for him to fuck it up for the rest of us.
I
All right,
get it.
I'm done. I'm done.
I get it. I mean, I think Tipster has disappointed a lot of people, as well as just made a complete enemy out of others. It's all kind of things for Tipster. He's been on a steep decline. We'll see how that goes for him. I've got two more important people that I want to get to, controversial commentary figureheads, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay. Two last ones. We're not going to finish the list, guys. We're too ambitious. I mean, 4 hours is going to be crazy. We're not going to get there. Okay. I'm not going to make these guys sit here for 4 hours and talk about commentary, folk. Okay. Xylee gets real. Where does Xylee land on your list, Jojo? For me, Xylee has always been somebody that I don't know. I've just always, you might be able to give me a different insight because you've maybe watched more of her content than I have or experienced her more online than I have. But from Twitter and from the clips that I've seen of Xylee, she's going to land in trash for me because Xylee has only in Twitter interactions been a complete bitch to me, which is fine. I get it. You don't have to agree with everything I say. Okay, I get it. So in our Twitter interactions, she's only been completely bitchy to me. And then when I've seen her in clips, I mean, what can I say about the clips?
Ferraro's got the screaming emoji. That's what I said. Like, what?
I don't hate anybody in the community. Okay.
I scream, but I got a fucking high pitch, so I'm not gonna bust your eardrums.
But Xylee has always been. I feel like I don't ever agree with her. I also feel like she is. I don't know. I never end up on the same vibes as Xylee. That's just my opinion from the outside looking in. Like I said, not a big Xylee guy on the content. And mostly I've seen clips of her, screaming at other people, which is fine too. But I just tend to not agree with a lot of the things she says on Twitter. However, I am open to thoughts from you and Kevin. Jojo, where do you land for Xylee?
Christ, a lot of people agree with you.
I think she's a controversial figure.
Like, what the fuck?
I think she's a controversial figure.
To say the least. Again, I gotta support my Latinas.
Hey, rock on. I don't hate it.
I mean, some of her takes I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna support someone just because we're not gonna share the same takes. I'm gonna be fair.
You never do.
What's weird is my first interaction with Xylee was, I want to say the beginning of 2020. maybe a little bit prior,
Oh wow.
because at the time I followed somebody that had a real disdain. Like, you want to talk about hatred? This motherfucker can't stand the commentary community. This motherfucker has a disdain for Xylee. And a lot of when I started following Xylee, a lot of I would get a lot of those channels. I would get a lot of the. What's weird is that triggers the algorithm. So when you follow her, you get all the hate channels. I was like, what the
Interesting.
hell is going on? And you know me, I'm gonna listen to both sides. I'm not gonna
Right.
teeter totter both ways. And I have called her out. The bitch giving stream that I did for Thanksgiving, I did call her out. That's what I call it, because who the fuck is grateful? I don't know anybody anymore that's fucking grateful. Let's be honest.
Bitch
So
giving.
I did call her out because sometimes she does stand on her ground, but other times she doesn't. But I'll give her the fact that she'll say it to your face rather than behind your back. Like, at least
That's true.
she can dish out what she takes. Like,
I was gonna
let's be
say
honest.
I've
Let's
never
be honest. Like, at least you can give her that. I know that a lot of people don't like her, and I'm
I've
sorry,
never
but
seen her be scared.
I mean, to say that you don't like someone because they're loud, that's bullshit. That's like saying you don't like me because I'm deaf. I'm loud. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm loud too. I
That's
know,
bullshit.
yeah.
That's like the stupidest fucking argument I've ever heard of. You don't like her because she's loud. She's from the fucking South, you dumb fuck. She's gotta be loud. I'm not even from the South and I'm loud. What?
Right, yeah. I'm the opposite. I'm from the north and I'm
But
loud.
that's the Boricua in her. That's the Puerto Rican in her. Hello.
Okay.
She's gonna be loud. Like, that's like a double whammy because she's from the South and Puerto Rican.
I feel that.
But like I said, I'm gonna have to give her a whole vibe, only because, like, while I don't like some of her takes and I don't agree with some certain things that she says, the interactions that I've had with her, she's never given me no shits on Twitter. She's liked a lot of my responses I've given to her. She has been okay with the constructive criticisms that I've given her. She's even liked those tweets. So the only reason I don't DM her is because she not only doesn't make it available, but she's pretty adamant about no new friends.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm just trying to interact with you. That's just all it is. But I can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. Like, that's just dumb to me. And if you got a chip on your shoulder, you got a chip on your shoulder. I can lend out my hand, and if you don't want to take it, they're not going to insult me, you know?
Hey,
So
fair enough. Fair enough. Xylee gets real. Kevin, do you have any insights that we haven't already touched on? I don't know if are you familiar?
No, it's
with
a
the,
who for
with
me.
the Xylee? The who for Kevin?
Move along.
So I think that's where we'll cap it today. Okay. You can get a little preview. Sorry if we didn't get to you. I mean, holy fuck. We've been on a long one tonight.
you're the one who made that giant ass list.
I did. It's my fault. You're right. You're right. I
You didn't think that one through.
I always underestimate how much we'll sit here and shit talk, but I do think that
Not to mention, it's me and you, for God's sakes.
That's right. That's right.
We should talk behind the scenes. We're not gonna shit talk here.
But
until you come on my channel. Whew.
I do think it's been a very fun experience to sit here and just shoot the shit, talk about some commentary folks that we've talked about before, get to know you a little better, Jojo. It's been a blast for me. I don't know about Kev.
Is he sleeping?
It's like pulling teeth sometimes.
Right? Wake up.
But no, I really appreciate you coming on.
Show him some tits and he'll wake up.
Somebody, chat, we got anything?
Send him something.
But yeah, no, I really appreciate you coming on, Jojo. It's been a blast. Kevin, do you have any parting words for our friend here before we scoot on out of this fucking 4-hour stream? I know that
I gotta
it's
get
been a
off.
roller coaster.
No,
Nope,
yeah.
I got nothing. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Appreciate it. I hope you guys loved this extra long stream. We appreciate all of you in chat. Corn, Carla, Shadow, Miss Charlie, Garbage Pail, and Carla again. Thank you all for your lovely donations. Thank you for chilling and listening to me and Jojo and Kevin shoot the shit. Thank you for subscribing to Jojo. If you haven't, go do it. Okay, Jojo is quite the experience over there on her channel. I mean, you're also loaded over there. People love you, Jojo. You've got like thousands of subscribers. People love Jojo. So go join the club over there if you haven't already. Jojo, do you have any parting words for the crowd out here? I think they've enjoyed your commentary, especially tonight.
Well, I don't want to, keep any more of anybody's time. We got people complaining because they missed their dinner. Thanks you guys for having me on here. And it's been trying to do this for I don't know how long.
Right. It's been a long time coming, so I guess we needed an extra long stream.
Yeah, so I guess I owe you other 4 hours on my channel now.
There you go. Thank you so much, Jojo.
No problem.
We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody in chat. We will catch you on the flip side. Me and Kevin will see you on Tuesday for a normal show as per usual. Thank you all for being here, and we will catch you later. Peace.